Brain. So look, guys, we have there's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to discuss because I don't think we've ever discussed the whole Lampard thing as a debate show kind of thing. So that is something that I definitely want to discuss with the fam. And we're gonna have a huge, massive discussion about VAR. So there's a lot of things to get into, and also want to talk about age as well. I definitely want to talk about age and ageism and just where we stand upon when people should retire or not retire. So, guys, without further ado, welcome to the beautiful Saturday Hangout. Let's get it.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
You guys, it's the kid, 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 it's the main man here, double H, half for trying to stay alive. Here we are again for the weekly, lovely Saturday Hangout. I'm joined here by friends. I'm joined here by countrymen, as you can see. And we're going to roll through. We're going to make this thing as sexy and as lovely as possibly. And so we've got your boy LB in the house. We've got Daniel Jones Ortega. We've got Pablo. We've got Muad. Got Cassius. Got Undisputed. Samuel. Siasi Side and Jamal. Everyone is in here. Everyone is popping off, man. So, just tell you what's going to be on the show. First off, we're going to talk about the Milan derby, but specifically about Ibrahimovic. Whether we need to give him an apology and just looking at what a 39-year-old is doing. And maybe we need to talk about Inter Milan because Inter Milan, you allowed a 39-year-old to score a brace against you. So we need to have a conversation about Inter Milan, Antonio Conte, and especially for Ibra as well. We're going to talk about Lampard. I think it's time for us to have a very open, honest discussion about Lampard and what he is, what he does, and just what is the issue with him? What is the issue with this guy called Francis? And maybe I'm wrong. And what is the issue with Lampard and Mount? Is there an issue? Or maybe there isn't an issue. Maybe we're all going crazy, but we're going to have an open, honest discussion about that. And also going to talk about VAR, specifically about the offside rule. Does the offside rule need to be revisited? Because even now, as I'm thinking again, what I suggested may not really be the right thing to do, but 100% there needs to be a rethinking of what is and what isn't offside, because your pubic hair being offside, sadly does not make any sense. And maybe if you have time, we might touch a little bit on the Champions League, and then we might take some questions from people in the audience. So that's what it's going to be. Hopefully it's going to be a nice, beautiful, lovely show. And yes, man, and I'm ready to debate. I'm ready to debate. I'm ready to really take things down. So first things first, let's just kick off with our first topic of the show, which is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic is 39 years old. I expect that hopefully if any of you guys reach 39 years of age, you'll probably be in an old folks home, in a retirement home, or you'll be paying alimony for the wife who's just divorced you. But before we reach 39, what I've always said about Ibrahimovic is I know how talented he is, I know how good he is, but he failed to live up to his potential, and I think that he didn't really achieve what he should have achieved, which is he should have been a serial seal winner. Forget about Sweden. You should have been a serial seal winner. But what he's doing at 39 years of age is amazing, because I'll be real with you. When he went to the MLS, I was like, he's done. He's finished. He's obviously finished with his career. Because this is my thing. This is why I want to have a conversation. Is this a case of where we need to give amazing credit to, of course, Pioli, Milan, and Ibrahimovic for how he's been able to be relevant in a top-tier league at 39 years of age? Or do we need to induct the Serie A and say, no, the issue is that the Serie A is trash, because you have to be a trash league to allow a Zimmer frame retirement home inductee like Ibrahimovic to be balling the way that he is. Scoring a brace in a Milan derby is huge. So I'm going to come first to LB, man. So LB, what do you think this is, bro? I mean, do you believe that Ibrahimovic is just a special player with regards to what he's doing at 39 years of age? What does it say about him as a player? Or do you think that it just shows that the Serie A is a garbage league, allowing a 39-year-old to do what he's doing?
Yeah, look, I know we've spoken about the Serie A in recent weeks and about how the league is just a one-team show with Juventus winning the title every season, season in, season out. But that takes nothing away from Ibrahimovic as a player, as a striker, and I think he definitely is a quality player and something very special doing what he has been doing at his age as well, and quite
But,
similar.
but what do you think makes him able to do what he's able to do at his age, whereas other people won't be able to do it? What makes him special?
Um, can't really sort of come up with anything apart from maybe just a very talented player who's able to push through. And I know he's playing for Milan, and they're not in the Champions League, and he's probably just after Champions League as well. He's never won one before, and like you said, when he went to America, I thought he was finished, but he's come back to Milan form and showed no signs of slowing down. So yeah, I think it just goes to show that if you've got the talent and you've got the passion, and at that age, you can continue to perform at that level.
Okay. What's it called? Daniel Jones or Ortega, man. Ibrahimovic, man. What does it say about Ibrahimovic? Him doing this at the age of 39, and is the Serie A trash allowing an old dude to be able to embarrass them like he is?
Yeah, so first of all, I just want to say sorry if I sound a little bit ill. I've been really ill the last few days, so.
Hope you get better.
But
Hope you get better.
also, yeah, so 39, right? He's 39, which is
Yeah,
pretty crazy. I mean, that's
his birthday is a day before mine.
oh,
So no, as in not like actual age, but in terms of day, because my birthday is 4th of October, his is 3rd. So no, I'm not 38 or 39. Relax, I'm 16. Karen, go.
I would be very surprised if we see another player play at this level, at such a high level when he's 39. I mean, Ibra is doing amazing. I mean, when I was growing up, I used to love Ibra. Like, he used to be my favorite player. So I'm always happy when I see him do well. And yeah, didn't see the game today because I was watching. I think another game was on at the same time. But I saw he scored 2 goals, so I'm happy for him, and I hope he continues his streak in the Serie A. And you know what, the Serie A, I don't watch it that much. All I know is that Juventus just keep winning it every year, and I should really watch more of it.
So do you think this is an indictment on the Serie A that a 39-year-old is amongst the best players in the league, or we just need to give praise to Ibra?
I honestly, Ibra is such a good player. I think he's really underrated. I think it's just credit to him.
Then why didn't he win a Champions League then?
Oh, okay. No, he hasn't got the Champions League, and I'm sure he knows that and everything. But I see him play, and he's still a good player. You have to use the eye test, like you say. And when I see him play, he's still pretty good. So
okay. Cassius, man, Ibra, man. What does it say about Ibra, the player, at 39 years of age? Can he maybe do this 40, 41 years of age? Maybe he'll keep on good until he's 45.
45, no, but I don't think what Zlatan is doing is an indictment on Serie A. I think Serie A is just different. I mean, you have Ribery, you also have Cristiano. So I think that's just the nature of the Serie A. Just like some other leagues,
it's where old players flourish.
You could say so, but I don't think it's like a negative thing that old players can flourish necessarily. On Ibra specifically, I would say, yeah, I mean, his height definitely helps, and his physical attributes. I'm not taking anything away from him, but that's true. It helps, but he keeps himself fit, and he's always had. You never lose the ability to score goals, and the movement. No matter how old you are, movement and just knowing where to be. That's not going to change. So I think I would say Ibra's the thing that Milan is taking advantage of the most from Ibra is his mentality and his leadership, because since Ibra came, everyone's galvanized around him, and now Milan are looking good.
Okay. Undisputed, man. Ibra.
I mean, Ibra's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal player. I mean, I don't hold the Champions League against him, really.
Oh,
No, here's the thing,
I
right?
was about to say, so phenomenal he can't win the CL, but carry on.
I mean, Buffon never won the CL. Is he a bad goalkeeper? Nedved never won the CL. I mean, there's a lot. Patrick Vieira, did he ever win the CL? He never got beyond the quarterfinal, I think. I mean, there's a lot of great players who.
You don't know.
I mean,
but I'm just saying the way that Ibra talks about himself. He talks about himself like he's the next coming. So that's the issue.
I think that's a character he plays, to be honest. Like, if you actually see him talk, he always has, like, you can see it's sarcasm in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, fair. I mean, as for Serie A, like, no, I'm going to have to defend it. Ibra, I think he was 36 when he was at Manchester United, and he scored 28 goals in all competitions. So, I think he's just phenomenal. I think, even in the Premier League, at a very old age, he was doing it. And, like, let's be real, the opponent was Inter Milan, which is a pretty good team. Like, it wasn't like Spal or like Genoa or anything like that. It was like a decent Inter Milan team. So, yeah, I don't think the league or the opponent has anything to do with it.
So, but do you think he can still do this 40, 41, 42? I mean, how many more years do you think he can go on?
2 to 3, I would say.
So basically, you're telling me that a 41-year-old will still be a top player in this area?
Not just Serie A. Like, if Ibra, let's see, if Ibra played against, say, Man United tomorrow, I think he would score.
Wow, okay.
I genuinely think that, yeah.
Against Chelsea, man.
Yeah,
it's Chelsea.
sure.
Red Devil, this is not your
man,
chance to speak. Red Devil, this is not your chance to speak. Red Devil,
Let's
this is not your
go.
chance to speak. But the VAR cheats. Samuel, Ibra, how is he able to do this at 39 years of age? How many more years do you think he can keep on doing this? And why was he a CL flop?
Do you know what? Yeah. When it comes to that age, it all comes to mentality. And I think Ibra's got a very elite mentality. He believes his own hype and he goes with it. And like, for you to be doing these things at the age of, was it 39?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like 39. It's incredible, really and truly. I have to respect it a lot. Like, your mentality is second to none. And this also goes for Ronaldo. I can't remember how old Ronaldo is, but like, for you to be doing these things at this age, knowing your limits, knowing what you can do, and can do it to the best of your ability, like, I have to respect it all the time. It's a lot to do with your mentality.
So is it more to do with what he's able, like how he keeps himself fit physically, or is it purely a mental thing?
Obviously it does. What's it called? Like, factor in how you keep yourself fit or regularly. Obviously, when you get to that age, you actually start like thinking about what you can do, what your body can do, rather than you're doing outlandish things. Like, as we said about Ronaldo, he was a winger doing all these skills, dribbling and much. Now he's just a goal scorer. He knows he sets himself as that goal scorer because that's what he can do right now at the age. But Zlatan, yeah, he knows what he can do. He puts himself, and the mentality in himself is like, I can still do this at a top level. He went to the MLS, but he said, you know what, let me go to A7 and do my thing there.
No, because I thought he was done when he went to the MLS, so.
Exactly. So I just think that Ibra, very unlucky not to win a Champions League, but it is what it is. But
by unlucky, he had the best teams.
That's another conversation.
Don't say unlucky. Don't say unlucky.
That's another conversation,
bro. I'm not in the mood. Trust me, especially when we get to Lampard. I'm not in the mood, bro.
Trust me, I'm not in the mood today as well because there's a lot of things I need to say.
I'm in the mood, guys. I'm in the mood.
Red Devil.
I'm in the mood. Let's talk. Let's talk, guys.
I'm going to
Cap of the God. Cap of the God.
I'm going.
Cap of the goat, man. Cap of the goat.
Who the fuck said cap of the goat? Look, Jamal, Ibrahimovic, talk to me.
Yeah. So I am all is in a bad mood. So if I say some stupid stuff today, guys, please, you know why.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Look, now
Zlatan
respect VAR. Respect VAR.
It's a brilliant day, man.
PBK
No, you-
offside.
Wait,
PBK.
Jamal talk. Jamal talk. Let Jamal talk, man.
You got to give Ibra props, man. 39. I mean, how much was Brazilian Ronaldo at 39? About 300
Hey,
pounds.
Jamal. Oh, see, Jamal.
Respect
come on.
Ronaldo, man.
No,
Respect
okay,
Ronaldo.
you know what?
Come on, man.
Jamal, first of all, he's retired. Leave him alone. Second of all, World Cup. Third of all, he also won the Intercontinental Cup with Inter Milan. Okay, so let him go. Ronaldo has done what he did. Don't speak ill of my goats. Thank you.
Yeah, no, but props down to Zlatan. But you say about Syria, guys. I know it have good players like Lukaku, Tonali, but guys, you know the best players in Syria is Ronaldo at age 36, Zlatan at age 39, and Ribery at 37.
You see,
Oh,
Jamal. You see,
And Buffon,
I
and
told you
Buffon.
guys, this is what I'm trying to say. See, Jamal is finally getting to the crux of the matter. All of you guys are just trying to be very guys. This isn't BT Sport or BBC. Guys, we're not getting paid for this stuff. Can we please get to the realness of this? Jamal, thank you for cutting through the bull crap. Now, please speak on why guys who are supposed to be in a retirement home are amongst the best players in a so-called top league. Thank you. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, and somebody said Buffon and all. I mean, it's embarrassing, really. But you know what? Old age matters.
Yeah.
Old age matters, and if you want play until you're 40, the Serie A is the best league. So kudos to them, and yeah, man, respect. All of my old brothers.
So basically, you're trying to say like a whole league is saying, guys, 40 and up. Basically, it's like the bingo home. You know how you have that whole bingo with old people? Guys, 40 and up. Anybody under 40, F off. Or only doing 40 and up. 40 and up. All right. Actually, because you've pissed me off, Red Devil, you're going to go last. Yasser Said, please talk to me about Ibra. Why is he able to ball at age 39 and why is he a CL flop?
Well, can you hear me, guys?
We can hear you beautifully well. Crispy clear.
I feel like you guys have to give credit to two things. You got to give credit to Ibrahimovic. I feel like in world football, it's really obvious to see who's very dedicated to their craft, who's very dedicated to their job. To be honest, football is actually a very depressing sport. Any professional sport is kind of depressing because you don't have a social life if you want to be the best or if you want to be the best you can possibly be, like fulfill your talent. Hence why you see a lot of players, young players, Osman Dembele, which are consistently injured. There's no excuse for that. Anyways, so that's one thing. Another thing, like someone mentioned that Serie A is a different league compared to a lot of leagues. Serie A is, I don't want to disrespect the Serie A, but then it is more tactically based league where it's more about the setup of teams and that kind of gives you for example, the Premier League is all about pace and power and physicality and all that stuff. In the Serie A, you can play. And I feel like if you want longevity of your career, you definitely will love to go to play Serie A.
Look, my friend, why is Ibra balling at 39 and why is he CL flop? Please, thank you.
CL flop. Guys, football. There's a when people don't understand about football is like in your career, it has a lot to do with luck. It has to do with the fact that Zlatan hasn't won a CL title has to do with timing. It has to do with luck. Are you at the right place at the right time?
Nah.
That's the reality of it. If I know you don't like to hear this, but that's the reality.
No. That's your reality. That's not reality. That is your reality. But carry on.
Anyways, so that's why he didn't win the Champions League, in my opinion. He's just unfortunate. Also, we also have to keep in mind that modern day medicine has actually advanced a lot. And I feel like you will definitely see a lot of players their primes or they
Wait, Saeed, why is Ibra bowling at age 39? I'm not Ibra. I was an academic brick. I got C's in science. I was crap. I don't want to go back to a medicine class. I beg you.
But
Please tell me why is
a
it?
lot to do
I don't care about modern day medicine. I don't care. I'm not a doctor. My uncle is. I'm not. Okay, I was an academic brick. I failed science. I failed. Why is Ibra bowling at 39?
but that has a big factor to it. I mean, Ibra right now should be retired. Let's be honest. I mean, if we go by of like historically at an age in terms of a striker, 39 is like you play in the MLS right now at this point. But I mean, he did play in the MLS. Like, imagine this guy went to the MLS and came back, went to Serie A. But anyways, it has a lot to do with modern medicine and how well, how in terms of how well players don't, like, for example, Zlatan Ibrahimovic should be getting a lot more injuries than he usually do at this age because you're 39 years old. Been playing so long, but with modern day medicine, like, you can take care of your body a lot better. Team doctors take care of you a lot better. Sport physicians take care of your body a lot better. So
wait. So are you saying Zlatan is in his prime right now? Is that what you're trying to say? Is Zlatan prime?
Hey, whoa, don't wait. Side, don't you dare give me that crap. That's a 39-year-old is in crime. If you do that, I'm stopping this hangout.
No,
don't you dare.
I didn't say this is Zlatan's prime, but I'm
Thank
saying
you.
Because of modern day medicine, you will see players' prime elongated. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
okay, so side very quickly before I move on to thingy. Can modern day medicine help Hazard get back to top form?
Well, I mean, Hazard is a yes, it can, but then also Hazard has a lot.
Okay, so no. So Said, tell me the name of the doctor, and I will forward the details to the Hazard family so that he can take this modern day medicine. Since you're a university educated science major, and you're claiming that modern day medicine is why a 39-year-old is balling, tell me the name of the doctor. I will forward the details over to Hazard so we can get Hazard up and on play, man. So because this modern day medicine. Okay. So wait, let me bring in this boy. What's this boy's name? Hassan. Why is Ibra balling, man?
Hey, Church, I love Ibra, yeah, but the reason he's balling is the Serie A. Let's be honest.
Whoa.
The league. It's low quality, let's be honest, man.
Whoa, easy.
No, apart from Juve, Inter, and Atlanta.
Who just drew against Crotone? But there you go. Carry on.
Manchester Serie A, it's the low quality. He wouldn't do this in the Premier League or La Liga, in my opinion. But what can I say, man? Ibra's doing his thing, man.
So wait, okay. So is it more so that Ibra is a baller? Or is it more so that the Serie A is a geriatric home? Choose.
Yeah, the Serie A is a geriatric home. Yeah, Serie A is it's a bum league. I can't lie.
But, easy. No, I didn't. You don't have to disrespect the league. Okay, but
I respect Ibra, man. He went to a challenge, man. Unlike Cristiano, but he went to a challenge.
Easy, chill. Okay.
All right. Respect Crotone.
I don't know. All respect to Crotone. Do they have a stadium? Easy. Shh. So Red Devil, Lead level Ludio.
Gonna pop those bottles down. Gonna pop those bottles down.
First of all, no. Worry about your Bombers Club. Look. Red Devil. Why is Ibra? Because we'll get to your Bombers Club afterwards. Why is Ibra balling at age 39 in this area?
I don't even know why we're talking about it. I watched him Milan. Why are we talking? I mean, Ibra's a G. Ibra's a genius. And given that Ibrahimovic played for Manchester United and what he did, I've got massive respect for Ibrahimovic. But I don't know why we're talking about why.
Man United?
Sorry? What did you say?
Bring up Man United?
How did he do at Man United? Was that the question?
I said, why did you bring up Man United? Oh, man.
Why did they bring him back? Why not? Why not, mate? Why not? Why not? Why not?
Devil, answer this damn question.
What I'm trying to say here is that, like, why are we talking about why Conte is a fraud? That's what I'm trying to say. Like we're talking. Why is it like Conte was a fraud in this game? Okay, for Inter Milan, like what did Lukaku do? You know, Zlatan Ibrahimovic in the context of this game did what he had to do. Like in the position that the reason why he's been brought in. Because of what he can do and also his leadership skills. And it's clear that he's making an impact in this AC Milan team. It isn't just balling ability, because everyone has just basically been talking about balling ability. Clearly, Ibra brings more than just that. Like leadership, psychology, and mental awareness are important things in football, and you can clearly see that because, like, if you don't have that, as soon as teams lose it mentally, their form goes and they struggle. Like there was a reason why this Milan. I mean, it's not just obviously Ibra, but that confidence, that assurance that he brings to this side is not something that you can just pay.
But why is a 39-year-old playing at this high level?
That's what I'm saying. Like football is like it's not just a physical. We know this. It's not a physical thing. It's a mental thing as well.
Okay, could he? Do you believe that he could do this and play at this level and have this kind of productivity in the Premier League?
He did do it in the Premier League.
39 at 39 at 39.
It depends where and how the player uses. I mean, to be honest, yeah. I mean, put him against Kepa Chelsea, he'll get a hat trick, won't he? Against Zuma, something like that. Ibra can score 3 against that brick defense there. I mean, so let's be real. Let's be real.
He's on one tonight.
Let's be real. He could do that. Zuma like passing it back to Kepa batting against the post. Ibra in, goal, boom, end of. So if anything, Ibra's probably watching this and being like, HH, challenge accepted. I'm going to come back to the Premier League. I'm going to banter your team because I'm Zlatan Ibrahimovic. That's what he would do. That's why I love Ibrahimovic, man. This guy's a G. This guy is a G.
Okay, first that went off the rails slightly, but again, anybody can. We were just writing off this section. Anybody can jump in there. Thoughts on Inter Milan? Let me just first say this about Inter Milan. Because first of all, Inter Milan, kudos. They have, I believe, a 100% record. I believe they've only conceded 1 goal so far, so they're doing really, really well. And but my thing is still early days, and I'm not ready to put them as winners. But I think top 4 might look good for Milan. For Inter Milan, this is what I've always said: they should have won the league last season. They have because I said I dare you to lose to AC Milan because AC Milan are still a developing project. Inter, you have all the players. You have all the players you need, and Lukaku was on the pitch. Lautaro was on the pitch, De Vrij was on the pitch, Vidal was on the pitch, Barella was on the pitch. So they had a lot of their starters on that pitch, and they still managed to lose. So do you believe that anybody can jump in? Do you believe that Inter are going to yet again flop this season?
Yes.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Conte's a fraud, yeah.
As long
as
Conte's their coach, they're gonna flop. And HH Conte is a good coach. Conte is a very good coach, but their players.
They will top their group in the Champions League though, because I don't trust Real Madrid losing to pastry teams. I don't trust Real Madrid.
Isn't Sassuolo like ahead of them in the table or something?
Look, my thing here is this. Look, Conte, you have no business not winning this league. Because your boys Crotone just said what's up to Juventus. And Juventus literally bought a win over Napoli. So some crazy stuff is happening there. But my thing is that Conte, the eyes are watching you because you have the players, you have the team right now, and you cannot complain that you didn't receive your targets. So if you don't win in this season, you are completely and utterly screwed. But look, as I said again, it's still early days. It is still very early days. And it is too much for us to really make any kind of news, man. So
Hey,
yes.
What would it say for Ibra's legacy if he wins the league with AC Milan this season?
If what?
If Ibra wins the league with AC Milan, what would that do for the legacy? In your opinion?
Okay, no. I'll tell you this. If he wins the league with AC Milan, it would be a great start. But it will still not erase the fact that you were at your peak with great teams and great players. You never made a Champions final and you never won the Champions League. So it would just be like, wow, this is an amazing achievement for a 39, 40-year-old. But still, it will not erase the fact that you, based on how good you were, how much you propped up, you never won the CL. But it is still amazing what a guy is doing at his age right now. So guys, we're moving on right now to something a bit deeper now. This is now where we now get serious. Chelsea.
Sorry.
I didn't crack a joke, so I didn't.
Lampard at the wheel. Come on, Lampard.
I didn't understand what
that was the joke saying Chelsea, mate.
Okay, so let's talk about Chelsea. So here's my thing, and I want you guys just to, because I've done post-match streams, I've talked a lot for thingy. So now I want to give it to you guys right now. Do you believe that Lampard, tactically as a manager, is out of his depth, or do you feel that he needs to be given time, and once the players fully gel, he will get it right? So you, from the outside in, how are you guys viewing the job that Lampard is doing, and how are you viewing him as a manager? Do you think that it is too early to judge and say that he's trash and everything, that is maybe it's too harsh to already call him crap? Or do you feel that now he's already shown enough that he's out of his depth and he cannot handle the expectation and the pressure that comes with being a manager of Chelsea? LB.
This is his second season in charge, and all the talk last season was that, look, if he gets into the top four, that'd be an enormous sort of achievement for a first-year manager. This year there's been some changes to his team, Werner and a few other players. I still think that, it's still too early for us to judge on whether he's out of his depth or whether he's still, getting used to the players and getting used to the life as a manager. I'll probably lean more towards that. He is, it's his first club that he's coaching. And, this is no joke. And this is Frank Lampard, a club legend. So let's just give him some time and see how things go this season, because he's got the team, he's got the players. And
But real quick, you say it's Frank Lampard, a club legend. What does that mean? So do you feel that because he's a club legend, he deserves to have more time than a Sarri or a Conte, who aren't club legends?
Oh, they don't deserve, but I'm just saying that, he obviously knows how the club functions, and the board, and the culture of the club. So that's obviously going to hold him in good stead to gel with the players and, the whole club. But yes, the club's changed a lot since his playing days. But, the board and everyone should understand that, Frank Lampard has had strong connections with Chelsea Football Club. And once they part ways with him, it might be sort of a big loss, even though he's not doing the greatest these days. So they should give him some more time and see how things go.
All right. Okay. Daniel Jones Ortega, Lampard man.
So
should he stay? Should he go? What's your assessment on Lampard as a manager?
the thing with Chelsea is, I think the right thing to do would be to keep Lampard for the time being, because obviously he just got new players. He has, the fair thing would be to give him time to have time with his new players and develop a system and everything. But sometimes in football, you don't have to do what the fair and the right thing is all the time. Look, I personally see as Lampard as someone who's just has amazing players, and that's the reason why he's doing so well. But I personally think that if you got someone in who is working at a high level or has been managing at a high level for many, many years, and you put all of these players in his team, he could do something amazing. Now, at the moment, Lampard, what he's doing is okay. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But I personally believe that if you get somebody else in who is as a renowned, good manager who can do it at a high level, then I personally would see that as a better move for Chelsea. But who knows?
Okay, so in your assessment, you don't feel that he is making the best use as a manager of the players. So, because you said that Chelsea are winning not because of him, but because of the talent.
No, it has partly to do with him, but I think they could reach a much higher level if they had the right manager. So, the minute he's doing okay, but it's just that if they bring somebody else in who has more experience than Lampard, then we don't know. We don't know what could happen. But I think that Chelsea could be at a much better position.
Okay. Oh, I basically, because again, I'm napping. So apparently, Real Madrid lost to a Spanish nightclub.
Yeah.
Cadets.
Cadets.
Cadets,
Sounds like
cadets.
Cabbage.
A Spanish nightclub from the 90s. Okay, cool.
Barcelona as well.
Samuel, give it to me.
Okay, I'm gonna
was a
put
good
my
goal by Gatti.
banter aside, and I'm gonna be real here. Lampard is absolute crap. Listen, when I have this undying feeling that if ever Chelsea went to the Champions League final with everybody fit, why do I feel like he will start Mount? Am I wrong in saying that?
And Kepa.
And him.
Don't dismount, man. Come on, guys. Guy's a Chelsea legend. Don't diss Mason Mount. Come on, guys.
Look, Samuel. I don't know what's up, man. I don't know, man. I don't know this guy's obsession with this dude.
This is not even an obsession.
He's average.
This is not an obsession. This is spiritual bondage. Because no, I'm being so serious. Like, we're talking about the spiritual realm here. What hold does Mount have on Lampard? Because that hole cannot be that tight. Nothing can be that tight.
Let me, because it's good that you brought it up, but I think this is what it is. I believe that, and this is my theory, Lampard was bullied, vilified, and abused when he was at West Ham, and Harry Redknapp stuck by him. He stuck by him, and I think that definitely affected Frank, the way that West Ham fans abused him. So Frank said, you know what, I'm going to fight. And do you know what the sick thing is, Samuel? The more guys like me and people online insult Mount, the more he will double down and keep him in the team. Because he sees Mount as a mirror image of what he went through. So for Mount, he is like the Harry Redknapp. For that Mount of like, you know what? Even the more people insult and abuse you and get to your back, the more I will actually have my arm around you, which makes it even worse. So it's one of the things that Mount can't lose. If he plays well, he stays. If he plays like crap, he still stays. So yeah.
But HH didn't lose this game because of Mount, though.
Shush, my devil, shush.
No, that is obviously he didn't use the game to Mount, but like, Mount is one of the problems. And the thing is, I feel sorry for Mount himself because he's not the one that is telling himself to go and play. Do you understand? It's Lampard. He's the one that's picking. You've got Hudson-Odoi on the bench, who's an actual winger, and you don't play him. I don't understand that. Like, what is Mount's position?
In the middle, number 8.
Number 8. So why don't you play him in that position? If you want to play him so badly, why don't you play him in that position? But anyways, moving on from Mount, Lampard. I said this before. Chelsea have 2 problems. With all the players that they signed, it's going to take them a while to gel with team chemistry. So Chelsea fans, relax with everything. It's going to take you some time. But also, the same smoke I give to Man United about their Norwegian PE teacher is the same smoke I'm going to give to Lampard.
Didn't you guys concede 7 against Villa? Let's stop thinking about PE teacher stuff. Like,
Red Devil.
7 goals, man. Like,
anybody that's at the bottom half of the table, please relax yourself. You're not level
7
yet.
G's, man, to a guy called Ollie Watkins.
You're 14th.
Let's be real here. Yeah, like it's just we'll see what happens, man. You know, so
all right.
Just chill.
Anyways.
7 G's, Joe. You know, 7.
All I'm saying is people from relegation zone are talking to me. Allow it. Anyways,
we're not on the relegation zone though.
What's the point?
Wait, let Samuel talk. Let Samuel talk.
He brought up Ollie.
Yeah, Samuel. I brought up Ollie, and I said, let me be fair.
Go for it, guys. Go for it.
I said, let me be fair, and I'm going to give the same smoke to Lampard. Obviously, with Lampard, he's tactically inept, and I saw that against West Brom, and I'm seeing that against who did you play again today? What's it called? I forgot who you played today.
Southampton.
That's it, Southampton. When you're 3-2 up, first of all, how did they get back 2-2? That's baffling to me. But you're 3-2 up, and guess what? You're still quite open at the back. Yet you still don't go for the 4th goal, which that's mind blowing to me. That don't make sense. You're open at the back, but you don't go for the 4th goal, and yet you let Southampton come on to you, who they were actually going strong, and they looked like they were going to score. We bring on Reece James, you tried to change it up there, and it still didn't work. So for me, if Chelsea want to move forward and actually win a title, or maybe even win a Champions League, you're not going to go forward with Lampard.
So, do you say that you sack Lampard now, or you wait until the end of the season, or how he goes? If you're Abramovich, do you sack him now, or you wait and see how
No,
the
no,
next
I
seasons
think
go?
it will be very unwise to sack him now because I feel like the players have warmed up to Lampard, especially Mount
Warmed.
for some reason. Especially Mount for some reason. But yeah, doing that now and then rejigging everything, getting another manager. Just wait out to the season, see where you lot are. If you're in the top four, then you can build on that. You then getting rid of him out next season and try and bring in a Pochettino or somebody like that.
All right. Yes, Said, man. Lampard, talk to me, man. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Said. Yes, Lampard, talk to me.
HH, come back to me real quick. Go to
Okay.
someone else. Just come back to me.
All right. Jamal.
Come back when you finish in the top half.
Ooh, easy.
Yeah. I
So
just
these
have to
guys have got to
say.
be in top four at the end of this anyway.
Yeah,
Red
I'm
Devil,
just have to say.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, Red Devil, keep that same energy Wednesday when you're playing PSG. Just remember you're playing PSG Wednesday.
If we beat PSG, guys, if we beat PSG,
Who
all I'm
cares
gonna
if
say
it
is
beats PSG, man?
keep that same energy. All right.
Okay.
First thing I have to say, guys, I don't want to hear this. This is not bullying. We are not doing anything. We are just talking football. And guys, Mason Mount at his best is a mid-table team in the Premier League. I don't mean to be harsh, but that's it. Mason Mount is a mid-table team. And that's it. I'm not bullying. I'm not doing anything. I just, from my experience, what I just saying is facts. Yeah. So back to Lampard. Guys, why are you surprised? He's only had 1 year in management. He's learning on the job. He's not Pep. That don't happen all the time when he just comes and it clicks. Guys, he's only got Derby and that's it. He obviously is learning. When you're a baby, you don't walk one time, you don't come out your mother belly and then walk, you crawl. And that is what Lampard's doing. He's just learning on the job. So the thing is, if you want to take the separation now, it might come good in the next 5 years. But you're not gonna get success now, bro. You're not gonna get. I say it will take Lampard at least 5 years before Chelsea start to really compete. So it's your choice.
And my thing, Jamal, to that is that there is no way Abramovich is waiting 5 years without any trophies. Abramovich isn't a process manager; he's a now manager. So if you're saying it's going to take 5 years, are you expecting to get sacked at the end of this season? Then, undisputed, Lampard.
Okay, so first of all, it's not his fault that his center backs are terrible. It's not his fault that his goalkeeper is terrible. He's had one transfer window. He's had one proper transfer window, and
how many players have now come in? Okay.
9 players, 250 million. Yeah.
I think Ziyech, is he fully fit yet? I still don't think he's fully fit.
No. Okay, undisputed. You say that though. So it's saying that conceding 50 goals last season, is just down to the players. Conceding 3, allowing Southampton to score 3 goals against you and create several chances, that's all down to the players. Lampard isn't to blame for that. Is that what
he likes to play a very attacking style, but his center backs can't cope with that, and his goalkeeper cannot stop anything. He's the worst in the league statistically by far.
So, okay, but if you say that, Adrian has nothing on Kepa. Relax. So, undisputed. If you say this,
Adrian had a good game today.
Wait. Undisputed. If you say that means you're telling me that he has to be a bad manager, because if you know your keeper is gutter trash and your central defenders struggle, wouldn't it make sense to then offer more protection or a tactical strategy to really protect the defense?
He's really obsessed with his philosophy. He wants to play possession football, but he can't. He just can't, but he refuses to accept that he can't, essentially. Also, as for Mason Mount, I mean, he runs around a lot. He's showing passion. Yeah, that's about it. He's English. He runs. He's got heart. So I think one day he could be as great as Jordan Henderson.
Easy.
Chill. Not Henderson level yet. Chill.
No. But that's his ceiling is Henderson. Mount's ceiling is Henderson. That's his ceiling.
Do you think he'll reach it?
No. Mount is from the road. Mount is from the road.
If that's the case, he's already surpassed Hazard then, hasn't he?
Hey,
relax.
He's a good squad
All right,
player.
wait. Hassan, talk to me. Lampard, talk to me.
the guy's a rookie, man. What can I say, man? The guy's a rookie, man. Him and Mount, their relationship, I don't know what's going on there, but this guy needs to adapt, man. He needs to play 5 at the back. Like Arteta, man. That's what he needs to do. Play 5 at the back, protect your keeper and defenders. Just play counter football and drop Mount.
So, what do you think? Do you think he sees out the season, or do you think he gets sacked?
I think he sees out the season, but he should get sacked, realistically, to be honest. I don't know why people are forgetting Rafa Benitez still out there, Just go get Rafa, man.
That was Rafa was a name that I suggested when Chelsea were looking for a manager, and they sat there. I said, "You know what, Rafa Benitez, that is a good, nice, safe, solid choice." But
is he still elite though?
He's in China.
He's better than Lampard. He's better than Lampard. Let's
in China.
Yeah, true. Benitez or Lampard?
No okay. Question.
So there we go. Cassius, Lampard.
So just to begin with, a statistic on Mason Mount: he's played every single game under Lampard except 3 in the start of this season and all of last season. All but 3 matches he's played. On Lampard,
sick man.
Yeah. On Lampard, I'm kind of with Jamal. I mean, I don't know what you guys expected from Frank Lampard. I just had low expectations, really no expectations. So this is pretty much what I expect from Lampard. I don't know what else to say. I mean,
do you think that he? Okay, so if you were advising Lampard, what do you think the thing is that he needs to do? Do you think that it's a case of he needs to listen more to people, or he just can't be saved? He will always play Mount and believe in his philosophy of changing personnel from game to game?
I think that's what he needs to change. I think he needs to, instead of changing players every single match, he needs to stick with an 11. But when he signs 8 players that, a lot of them play in the same area of the pitch, I don't think that helps him. Even though, Werner and Ziyech and all those guys are good, you don't build on a base. You're never going to have a base if you switch, like you say, every single match you change your 11. So that's what I would say. Just have a base in your team.
And again, just quickly, and then we can move on. Actually, we'll have to go to Red Devil. So what do you think was his reasoning behind playing Pulisic on the right and Mount on the left, knowing that Pulisic's strongest position is on the left and he was Chelsea's best player? Can you maybe explain his rationale?
I think his rationale would be, it's quite simple. He wants to get the best out of Mason Mount. Isn't that his whole career? That's his career aim. He wants to get the best out of Mason Mount. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Very, very sick man.
AJ, don't forget about me.
Okay. Okay. Let's go to Red Devil and go to Yes. So Red Devil, man.
Forgetting the United fans, HH, man. Come on, that's harsh.
Red
Forgetting me and
just
Yasser.
talk about Lampard. Man. Just talks about Lampard, man.
Look, Lampard. First and foremost, I think we're being a bit harsh on Mason Mount. Chelsea lost this game because you have Zuma, who is a B-Tech Harry Maguire. Let's be frank. And Kepa, who is a joke. So like defensively, we were bad. And even at the start of the season, I was like, I don't see the improvement in Chelsea's defense, really. And before people go, Thiago Silva, listen, Thiago Silva got bantered by West Brom. So it's still only 3 or 4 games, but I said I don't really see the massive improvement in Chelsea's defense. That's still going to be a problem going into the season. I don't know how long. Do you know how long this Mendy goalkeeper's out for? Because isn't that why Kepa's in goal? Man. So maybe throw Caballero in. I did say if you guys want to Sergio Romero,
I said Caballero should start. I was the one that I said Caballero should start, but obviously Frank knows more. Frank knows best.
Maybe there's something in the contract. I don't know. So, but like I feel that the thing with Mason Mount is Mason Mount for me is a good squad player.
Yes.
Okay, he's a good squad player, so I don't think he should just be sold or gone or whatever. Like, he's a very good squad player, especially if got injuries and shit, then it's fine, you know. So, but as a starter, you know, I agree with everyone. I don't think he's good enough. And
So no, but as I said to Cassius, can
But-
you
Go on.
explain the rationale for Lampard playing Mount on the left? Do you agree with Cassius in that Lampard's aim in life is to get the best out of Mount?
I looked at the thing. I was like, why isn't Pulisic playing on the left? I like the whole. But the only thing I would say, you know, so like I completely agree with what everyone said, that how Lampard set up just didn't make sense. It really didn't make sense. But you still have to make an argument that that team is still good enough to beat Southampton at Stamford Bridge. There's still enough quality in that team to beat Southampton, and the goals, in fairness, to like some Mount that were criticizing stuff like that, most of them were due to just sloppy defensive errors. You know, so I don't know what's the second goal in particular, because I was out when I came back and watched it. Like, I know people were cussing Kepa for what he did, but why is Zuma playing that pass?
Oh, no, that was all Zuma.
That was awful. That must have been all Zuma. It's put into place. And the thing is, when Kepa comes out, like, I think what he's trying to do is like I think he touches, I think it's Vestergaard or whatever that's there, and I feel like he pulls out because he might give a penalty when Chelsea go down to 10 men and it gets worse. So fair play, but you know, in summary, basically, Mount is a very good squad player. I do feel like he's being used as a scapegoat to what's going on around Chelsea. I don't think that's necessarily right, because I think he's a good squad player, and I think it's one. I'm not sure what Lampard's doing with his tactics, like playing, as you said, not playing Pulisic in the position. Ziyech's on the bench. I don't see why. Is there a reason why Ziyech didn't start? He was on the bench. Why couldn't he start on the right?
Ahead, he wasn't fully fit.
But even then, like, at least start playing for like 30, 40 minutes, for example, you know, so like start him and then take him off after 60 minutes when the game is won. You play with your best players first, Ziyech on the right, Werner up front, Pulisic on the left, get the game won. You were 2-0 up, kill the game off, then you can take Ziyech off and put on Mason Mount anywhere and it's fine. So, yeah, this is all on Lampard today, but it's also on the brick defense that I think is the reason why Chelsea are going to struggle this season.
Does Lampard see out the season, yes or no?
What is the actual expectation for Chelsea this season? Is it to compete for the trophies, or is it to compete for the
Bram only speaks trophies. That's the only language he speaks. He speaks fluent trophy.
I think he'll see out the season, but then potentially get sacked at the end of the season, because I still think Chelsea will be going to score to get top 4 and go far in the Champions League. So I don't think he'll sack him yet. He might sack him after the season is over.
This is perfect. Which squad player plays every game?
Well,
oh man, this guy is sick, man. Actually, not Lampard. You are a sick creature. A sick creature. Yes, aside, Lampard, talk to me, man.
Well, no, I feel like Lampard and Oli are very similar, to be honest. In a way, but the difference is one is Norwegian, the other one is English. The other one has buddies that he played with and are in the media and whatever. But anyways, Chelsea, you have one of the most exciting teams in the league. You guys have so much talent. I feel like Chelsea should be in the position where Everton is with the talent that you guys have. You guys should be near the top of the league. This is the fact, and this is undisputed fact. Chelsea have 8 points right now. Manchester United has 6 points. Let that sink in. Manchester United, with the disaster we had, that we got smoked in our own house 6-1. Chelsea are only 2 points ahead of us. And Manchester United have a game in hand. Let that sink in. Chelsea signed 8 players. Last season, they had a transfer ban. That's fine. That was a valid excuse. Okay, fine. Even though Lampard was in the top 4 the whole season, and towards the end of the season, he almost fumbled that. People forget how many points Chelsea was ahead of Manchester United and Leicester. People forget. I mean, not Leicester was, but people forget how many points Chelsea was ahead of Man United. They almost fumbled that. Fine. and get towards the end of the season, you get every player you ask for. You get a new goalkeeper. You get Thiago Silva. You get Ben Chilwell, Ziyech. You get Harvard. You get Werner. Yet, for some reason, this is the same Chelsea with the same flaws. What's the excuse now? People say that Lampard has only been in the job for this is his second season. Sarri only had one season. One season? He won the Europa League and the FA Cup. That's it.
Yeah, but he was
He
coaching
didn't.
before though.
He didn't win the FA Cup.
No,
as well.
Forget about coaching. I'm just talking about the job. Obviously, experience don't matter, because if experience that didn't matter, there's no way in hell.
So Lampard, your assessment, Lampard. Is he out of his depth? Is he a rookie? Does he need time? Are we being too harsh with him? Will he get better?
This is Chelsea Football Club. In my opinion, the way I judge it depends on how you want to judge Chelsea. What do you want Chelsea to be? If you want Chelsea to fight for fourth, then Lampard, stick with him, give him time. But if you actually want Chelsea to actually go after Liverpool and Man City and actually challenge for titles, and not get embarrassed. For God's sakes, the guy got embarrassed by Bayern Munich. Like, too late, 7-1.
Yeah, Luke Shaw own goal after 2 minutes. Then Harry Maguire.
Wait, what was this?
Maybe you could do with a bit of timeout.
Who's that?
Oh wow. Okay. So sorry, Karen.
Yeah. So the reality of the matter is, Chelsea Football Club have been the most successful club in the last decade, and for that club that had set such high standards, you expect better. You expect
do you think Lampard sees out the season, or do you think he gets sacked? Do you think Bram sacks him?
Bram will sack him, guys. This Abramovich is different. He doesn't care about the English media. They didn't England prevent him from getting into the country or something like that.
Yeah. Like, the whole visa thing.
This guy doesn't care. He will sack Lampard. But the problem is that Lampard understand that. I feel like Lampard thinks he's too comfortable in his job.
Okay.
That's what I think. Because there's no reason, like you said, there's no reason why Mason Mount should be playing nearly every
no.
game.
There's no reason, bro. There's no reason.
Christensen too. Why is he playing?
Because Lampard is brainless. What, Jamal? What?
Yeah, HH. You personally, would you sack him if you was Abramovich?
Yes. I would, because I can already see that this guy doesn't have a clue what he's doing, and there's too much talent on this team not to make good use of it. The team is winning by virtue of the talent, and for me, I would only sack him if I know I can get a great manager in time. If I know that I'm not going to get a manager snappily, I keep him in the job. I sack him even when I know that as soon as I sack him, there is a manager who will come in immediately. So just that Nagelsmann is tied up, Benitez is in China, all that kind of stuff. But if Nagelsmann was free and Nagelsmann said, "Oh, I'm ready to come now," if there is a quality manager available, is that I'm just not sure about Pochettino, because I still don't really rate Pochettino that highly. But
me too.
If it's Pochettino and Lampard, I'd go for Pochettino. But I still think Pochettino is still a bit up and down. But
can I ask you a quick question?
Go for it.
Do you think Jorginho and Kante work?
What works is Kovacic and Kante. That is always what works. That is the thing that works. Jorginho and Sarri were made for each other. That is the match made in heaven. And I think Jorginho is a very particular kind of player who flourishes most in that particular Sarri system. He can still do good things, like the ball over the top he gave to Werner. But I just think that the real double pivot is Kante and Kovacic. Basically, there is a Chelsea first team that works with guys in specific positions, but Lampard is the only manager on the planet who believes that he can change formations and tactics from game to game. So, guys, let's just move on to the next right.
Wait, could I ask you one question?
Go for it.
So here's the thing. If you could choose one manager from any club in the entire world right now, who would you pick for Chelsea?
Probably Nagelsmann, because You have Havertz and Werner in there, two young German guys. He's a young manager as well. It's a young team, and I think that he would get this team. Previously, he'd give this team a philosophy. He'd give them an energy, and I think because he's young, he thinks in very modern ways, and I think that he would be able to have a good bond with the players. So he's almost like the perfect kind of manager for this kind of team specifically. So yeah, like I think Ten Hag is a bit too much of a philosophy merchant for me to play. But I think yeah, like either him or Benitez, because Benitez is safe. That is a safe manager where he has the experience, he knows what he's doing, and Benitez has shown that he can work well with a Liverpool, work well with a Valencia, work well with a Chelsea, work well with a Newcastle. So this management is an experience thing. Yep.
You wouldn't bring back a Jose or Klopp or Guardiola or any of those?
Look, see that's like an obvious thing. So I'm going for what is a realistic option. So Klopp and Pep, that's not a realistic option. But if they're on the table, anyone is better than this dude. Okay, that's the thing. Anyone is better than this dude. Not Ole, please. Thank you.
Ritesh, I gotta go. By the way.
Okay,
guys. See ya.
All right, peace.
Yeah, bro.
So Van Dijk, because I was going to talk about VAR, but let's just address this whole Van Dijk thing because we have breaking news. Well, breaking news. It's looking like it's 7 to 8 months, and it's looking like if he could be out for the season. Because again, like when I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is pretty bad." But it's always hard to know how bad an injury is. But if it is true that this is truly a long-term injury, Liverpool fans are already panicking and saying season over, because this now means that you have to wait at least till January to try and do something. De Laurentiis ain't selling Koulibaly, so you're gonna have to ride with Gomez and Matip all the way until then. So, LB, if Van Dijk is out for a long time, how much do you think Liverpool will be affected?
I reckon they're going to be immensely affected. He's arguably one of, if not their best player, the most important player of the last 2 seasons. And if he is out for the majority of the season, then it's going to put them in real trouble defending the title. And look, Matip, I always say that Matip's a very underrated defender. I do rate him highly, and he doesn't get the credit he deserves. So I think they can sort of cover him to an extent. How much, we don't really know. But yeah, no doubt he's going to be a huge loss for Liverpool and for the whole club moving forward if he is out for the majority of the season. So yeah.
Daniel?
No one knows how long the injury is for, but it's pretty likely.
It's at least
Yeah.
for a long time. At the very least,
Yeah,
it's months.
I was going to say that he's probably not going to play another game this year. I mean, it's pretty sad. If I'm honest, I think it's over for Liverpool. I think this season's just man. I think this season's gone.
So you think this is good in terms of Liverpool won't win any trophy this season?
I think we'll get top 4 and then we'll try to go again next season. But if Alisson's injured, Van Dijk's injured, we don't know, man. Those are 2 key players for our whole system, So that's the thing. I just don't see us doing. Can you really see Liverpool winning the Champions League without Van Dijk? I don't know.
Hell no.
We can fluke it. Istanbul, man.
Look, have hope. You always have to have hope.
Don't sit on Matip, guys. Don't sit on Matip. Matip is actually quite solid.
No, he's good.
But then you've then got Gomez. Wait. Let Daniel.
No one will talk about Matip or Van Dijk. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, Daniel, finish your point.
So for me, man, if Van Dijk's out for a long time, I mean, we haven't seen it yet. I think he's only been injured one time and for like a couple of months or something. So if he's injured for like 8 months, we haven't really seen a Liverpool like without Van Dijk since before he came. We'll have to see what happens, but I have a bad feeling, to be honest.
Okay. I'll allow the Liverpool guys to go last. What are we doing here? Let me bring in Undisputed Man. How much do you think this will affect Liverpool?
I think it was against Bayern where Liverpool played Fabinho and Matip, and they kept a clean sheet against Lewandowski.
Fabinho, that's a good point. Fabinho has been a pretty solid defender.
Exactly.
But still, like, how can a club as big as Liverpool start the season with 3 actual centre backs? That's all they have, because Fabinho is still a DM, in my opinion. So they have 3 actual centre backs. How is that possible? So I think they've really messed up there.
Has Lovren gone?
Yeah,
he's
gone.
So how much do you think it will affect them? Though, like, I mean,
they'll miss him a lot. I think he's worth at least 20 points. But here's the thing,
20.
But here's the thing, right? I can still see them winning the Premier League with 80 points. This season, I'm looking at the table right now. I don't see anyone who's who's amazing right now, who's definitely going to win the league. I just don't see it. Everton, Aston Villa's 3rd, then Leicester's 4th, Arsenal 5th, Chelsea 6th, Tottenham 7th. See, this league is still wide open. Like, even I could see them winning it without Van Dijk.
But just tight. It's still early days though. I mean, I get what you're saying, because like it does feel as if this is going to be a weird league where it won't be what City and Liverpool did last season, because City still look a little bit shaky. But for me, it's too early to say. It's still too early to say with how the league is going to go. But I mean, if it isn't a high performance league, then that definitely plays for Liverpool, because yes, as much as they will miss Van Dijk, you've got Mane and Salah, and it's a case of 4-3, 5-2, 3-2. It's just as long as you score more goals than your opponent, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think they'll spend big in the winter transfer window on a centre back. I think they bought Van Dijk in the winter actually of 2018. They'll spend big again. I reckon 80 million bid for Upamecano coming up.
Okay, Red Devil.
Oh, just like Van Dijk or the Liverpool performance today?
No, Van Dijk. So how much do you think a Van Dijk injury will affect Liverpool?
I don't know, maybe it's a biased United fan, but I actually don't think, I'm not the doom and gloom that a lot of Liverpool fans seem to be taking. Like, for starters, as far as I'm aware, Van Dijk was on the field against Villa last season, and Villa last game when they conceded 7 Gs, so...
But it's still Van Dijk. So you're saying that...
No.
He won't have an effect.
No, what I'm saying is that I feel like if it was someone like Henderson, for example, that was out, then I think that would have been much more of a sort of
stop it.
I'm not saying stop it. I'm not saying stop it. Like, this game.
Let him land.
Let's be real here. This game, okay, Van Dijk was out. Did Liverpool capitulate against Everton against a good? This is against a good Everton. No, they didn't. Why? Because they've got a balanced midfield now, and Henderson, Thiago, and I've forgotten Liverpool's third.
Yeah, but the league is a season. It's a long season.
Yeah. I know it's a long season, but what I'm saying is that, like, the idea that like Van Dijk, like, suddenly, like, Van Dijk is gone, Liverpool's kryptonite is gone. The only thing I would say is just the issue with like crosses into the box. Van Dijk's present in the box, clearing boxes away. Clearly, Everton took advantage of that, and that will be an issue for Liverpool going forward. But I don't think that Liverpool is suddenly going to like capitulate in front of goodness knows how many teams like Van Dijk's got, because the midfield is still quality. Henderson, I still think, is probably Liverpool's most important player. You got Mane and Salah, who will still score goals for fun, and I don't think that Matip.
But does Henderson do what Van Dijk does defensively, though?
Well, defensively, you can drop Fabinho into that position, and you can play Matip, and I think that's still fine. Like, we're talking as if all the other teams in the Premier League have brilliant defenses. Really? Chelsea's defense is good. United's defense is good. Arsenal's defense is good. Like, what? So they're not good. No team in the Premier League has a good, solid centre back pairing. So I still think that the defense of Fabinho and Matip is still better than the vast majority, if not all, Premier League defenses. So the Champions League might be a different matter, and in November, I think Liverpool have to play City, Leicester, and Atalanta home and away. That might be tough. But as far as the Premier League goes, it's not like I said, like every other top team has top quality centre backs. We saw it today with Chelsea, for example.
Okay. Cassius.
So, like the other guy said, I think it's more of a miss when you consider that Matip misses like pretty much half the games a season, and the only other center back they have is Joe Gomez. You know, yeah, you can put Fabinho in defense, but then you're messing with the balance in the midfield, and you have
midfield,
to you put Keita in there, who's not like a regular starter, or Wijnaldum, who seems to be on the bench now. But when we're talking about the performance on the team, I agree with Red Devil. I mean, with Van Dijk, they still conceded 11 goals in 4 games. So I don't think it's a big miss when you in terms of the defense. You saw today they just they didn't have as high a line because they conceded 7 against Aston Villa. They had a deeper line and it worked better, other than the fact that I don't know what Trent Alexander-Arnold was doing. He was just watching the ball and let Digne cross. But like I said,
Wan-Bissaka over Trent. Just putting out that.
I'm not sure about that, but
Wan-Bissaka is a donkey.
Okay, so for you to cast it, so you don't think it'll be that big of a so you think it will be a big hit mainly because of the fact of how few natural centre backs they have?
Exactly.
All right. Hassan, Van Dijk, man. How much of a loss?
Man, what a fuck, man. Oh,
damn.
Fuck, bro. I don't know if we'll win the league, but I have more chance of winning the Champions League. I have a feeling we can win Champions League, but not the league.
What?
What? How?
Because the Champions League is a knockout competition. The league, you've got to be consistent to win the league.
Hassan,
Champions League, anything can happen.
What Hassan says makes a lot of sense because the thing about a league is about consistency and about the consistency of a team. Champions League, it's how good can you be on the day. So
we got to a Champions League final in 2017, 2018, when we didn't even have a great team.
Exactly.
With freaking Lovren was in defense. So I think it is actually more likely now Liverpool can win the Champions League than they can win the league if Van Dijk is out, and it's that much of a massive miss because you still have, as long as Salah, Mane, and those dudes are on the pitch, they still have that great chance, man. So let me come to Samuel.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit emotional about this. I feel like every Liverpool fan, you can link me at my house, and we're gonna travel all the way up to Liverpool and absolutely rush Pickford because what the hell was that? What the hell was that?
He had to act, man. He had to act.
He's a clown. He's a fucking clown.
He had to act. What can we do?
And the fact that got me so annoyed was that the referee didn't do anything about it. Apparently VAR checked it, but they said there was nothing wrong with it. The man nearly broke his leg.
Yeah, because it was on a standing leg, man.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, I'm stressed. I'm not gonna lie to you. My head's gone. My head is gone. This is the first time I'm saying it, but my head's gone.
So you're saying that this is going to be that much of a big loss?
Listen, I have to disagree with what Red Devil and I think Cassius said about we got beaten 7-2, we were conceding goals. One thing about it is that yes, our defense was on poor form, but class is temporary. Form is temporary, class is permanent. So even if our defense was on poor form, at least I know that we can pick up the form back up because our defense is brilliant. Let's not lie. We did not go 2 seasons without having our defense.
When was the last time you kept a clean sheet?
Red Devil, you're 14. Allow it. Please allow it. Anyways, let me land. As I was saying, our defense, as I said, form is temporary, class is permanent. So I want Van Dijk in the team anyways. Now, what I would say to today, our performance today, is that we didn't actually get outplayed by Everton by any stance of the game. We actually controlled a lot of the game. The only thing that Everton took advantage of was their aerial threat. Like Calvert-Lewin can jump. He's got hops. He's got hops.
Hang time.
And because Van Dijk wasn't there, that's why how Calvert-Lewin took advantage of the second goal. Michael Keane, he took advantage of the first goal. Now, if Van Dijk was there, let's not lie, he would have headed it out, like, because Van Dijk wins probably most of our aerial duels in the air. So like, that's the only thing I would say that will be missing from our squad, our actual aerial threat. Also, Joe Gomez and Matip is actually a right centre back partnership. So I'm not too bothered about that. What I'm bothered about is,
bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm bothered about. If Matip can stay fit, because what I don't want is us putting Fabinho in centre back, and then we have this thing where Man City had last season where they took Fernandinho into centre back, and it kind of like excluded all his attributes that he can put in midfield, just like Fabinho. So I don't want that to happen.
But then
maybe 1 or 2 games, but
can't Keita come into the team though? If you brought Fabinho into the centre back position, then you can bring Keita into the midfield with Thiago and Henderson. Couldn't that work as well?
I'm saying it will work, but I don't want it for a long run. I just want Fabinho at his position where he plays best. Yes, he's good at centre back. We can put Henderson and Thiago in like a double pivot, but I want Fabinho in his best position.
Okay, so how, on a scale of 1 to 10, then, with knowing that the January window is to come, how worried are you about Liverpool then, knowing that you could still buy players in January?
My thing is that I don't want to be too reactionary because we've actually played like how many games? 5 games. We haven't even played 10 games. However, my general worry is that because of especially Matip's injury record, if he goes down, what's going to happen then? And if he goes down now and we're playing Fabinho and Gomez at the back, and then Gomez gets injured, like it's over. Okay. So can we try and hold it up until January? I don't know. So we do need to get at least 2 centre backs in January, at least, please. Like
What about any young players? Any young players?
Wait, easy. Jamal, Van Dijk, man, talk to me, man. How worried are you, bro?
Season done.
Oh, what?
It's over. Because guys,
reverse psychology.
This is breaking news. You remember the challenge Richarlison had on Thiago? Thiago also went to the hospital, and they say he damaged his ligaments and could be out for 4 months as well.
Oh my God!
Let's go into lockdown. End the season.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. That changes things.
So Thiago is out for 4 months. Alisson is out for 4 months. Matip is made of glass.
Okay, yeah, it's over. It's over. Sorry. It's over.
The Liverpool for relegation.
It's over, guys. It's over.
The only reason why we are still gonna finish second is because the lead is so bad. Chelsea and Man United are so bad, they're gonna make us finish second. But guys, it's gonna be trophyless, and next season again.
So is everyone saying City going to win then? Because if Liverpool aren't going to win it, are we saying that City going to win?
I'm saying
Tottenham for the league. I'm coming for the league.
Wait. You know what? I'm coming because I've got to come to I'm Ham. That Thiago thing, because someone sent me a tweet showing the challenge and everything, which was crazy. Richarlison. See, I think people are harsh on Pickford. Richarlison, that
was bad.
Should be like, see, that's like 5 games.
That's very bad. That was
like
bad.
5 games, get the guy. You're even a break as well. Richarlison, you're a moron.
The thing is, he didn't need to do it. Like, the whistle had actually gone. Like, at least Pickford, like, he was trying to go for the ball or something. I know it was wrong, but he went to. But the whistle had gone.
How is Richarlison Brazilian? This guy got no flair. How do you Brazilian that?
No. You see, the thing with
this guy's Irish, man.
It's Irish. He had to do it. See, Pickford had to do what he had to do. Richarlison, he didn't have to do what you have to do the way he did it. So for Richard, you're a moron. But from what?
It's over, man.
Thiago and Thingy.
We don't know he's injured.
Man City are looking like a good bet. See, Man City are now, because you see, my pick was Thiago is there, Van Dijk is there. That was my pick. If you're saying they're out for months, bruh, I mean,
HH. We don't know if Thiago is injured. We have no idea. So he could be.
Yeah, but no, Thiago is injured, but we don't know how long he's injured for.
Bro,
No.
If he's injured, it's put it this way, he's out for at least a month or two. That's
Yeah,
not 2
for
weeks.
sure.
That is at least a month or
So
two.
he played on really well. So I don't know.
Yeah, but he went to the hospital after, bro, and they checked the scan and they say he got ligament
No,
damage.
no, no. But what's it called?
Ligament
It's the
damage.
same thing. What's it called? Son. When Son injured his arm, he kept on
Yep.
playing and he even scored.
Yep.
And then they then did an X-ray. He was out for like a month or so. So
Yep. It is what it is.
If anything, that's a bad idea to play on.
okay. So true. Very good one. I never said. Martin Rosario, defund CFC. The F was at HH. Well, Latin Rosario, you're a Juve supporter. I take it, and your team drew against Crotone. Explain Crotone to me, then I'll answer about defunding the CFC. Okay, explain Crotone to me with your goat Christina. I'm Ham. Van Dijk out. What does this mean for Liverpool?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you beautifully well.
Yeah. Like, oh my word. You know, like for Liverpool, this is massive. This is everything every Liverpool fan has been dreading since like this guy made his debut. And I think it's everything that we deserve, really. I think if you're a Liverpool fan, anyone involved with Liverpool you just have to accept that this is what we deserve because we needed defenders. We needed a defender, but we needed defenders. And we didn't do anything to replace Lovren. We needed this guy Klopp, man. I don't know what this guy... You know, HH, I need to ask you a question. What does Klopp have to do before you actually put him for blame for anything? Because this whole mess is his fault and all of
It's FSG.
FSG as well. No. Klopp isn't innocent in this whole thing. That's the thing.
Klopp actually wanted a defender. We were actually looking for the guy at Schalke.
I know we were looking for defenders. But why are we looking for Kabak? Klopp should be able to say, yo, we need a defender. Wait about Thiago. We need a defender. Let's go get someone serious just in case something happens to that guy.
We needed Thiago.
Don't you have any
No, we
academy
didn't.
players?
Bro, are we broke? Thiago, that 30 mil, are we broke?
No. But see, no, I'm look. I get what you're saying. That it is true that the manager's job, as well as the board, FSG, and so forth, is have a backup for a backup for a backup for a backup. And when you're having a team, you must have at least 4 to 5 centre backs.
But that's not even the thing. We've got one of our centre back besides Van Dijk is injury prone and 30 or over. The other one is 23 years old, 24 years old, also injury prone, and then the rest of them are under 21s. Like, how is that even sustainable? Like, who looks at that as like, yeah, we can survive another season? When Lovren, our biggest problem for the longest time, had to play every single season. He played every season.
Okay, wait.
Hey, let's not forget. Bayern Munich had Rafinha as their right back for the best part of a decade, and he was the only right back.
It's a Bundesliga. Come on, man. One team league.
Okay, wait. Okay, so let me ask you this. So let's just deal with the facts. Van Dijk is out. We don't really know about Thiago, but for Van Dijk is out for a few months. How badly do you think it will affect Liverpool, knowing the pieces that they still have?
Look, the thing for me is that the reason I asked you that question is because I feel like Klopp is he's such a player merchant. Like, I feel like the players literally do everything for this guy. I know, like, a lot of people give Klopp all the grants. He won us this and that and that. Yes, he's a good manager. But the thing is, we've got good players. If Klopp left right now, I wouldn't be that disappointed. I wouldn't be that angry.
What?
What
are you smoking, bro?
You see, this is where Ham shows why he's one of the greatest bricks the Hangout has ever seen. I'm Ham. You know that avatar you have perfectly fits the garbage that comes out of your mouth. So you're telling me that if Jurgen Klopp was to leave and you got Lampard, so it's that if Lampard was the manager, Liverpool will still continue to win
I
games. Is
never
that what you're
said
trying
that.
to tell me?
Wow.
I spoke about Klopp, Frank. I said if Klopp was to leave right now, I wouldn't be that angry because I feel like someone else with new ideas might be able to do better. Because I'm tired of what Klopp.
Wow, man. Jeez. Okay.
Ham, you're crazy, man. You're crazy,
United
bro.
fan. Stevie United fan.
Okay, so Ham, you're saying that there's a manager will be able to also win a Champions League, get 97 points, and more than 99 points in the league. You think that a manager will be able to do better than Klopp? That's what you're telling me.
With the squad, Ancelotti would be able to do that. Mourinho would be able to do that.
Oh no!
I'm not having this anymore. No, I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad.
Can I just say something quick?
Wait, guys. Why were you moaning about Mourinho? Leave Mourinho. Mourinho can do something. Okay, please respect.
Can I
Mourinho.
just say something quick?
Go for it.
Yeah. How ironic. This same thing happened to City last season. They didn't replace Company. They went into the season with 3 centre backs and end up playing Fernandinho, and we is about to play Fabinho as our centre back pair. How ironic is the same thing what happened with City happened to us this year? We come in with 3 centre backs. We lost our big Van Dijk all of what happened with City last year. And now we have to play Fernandinho / Fabinho at centre back. It's the same thing. And we see how that turned out last year.
So you're gonna go Tropulus.
No, do you know what? Do you know what it is? I hope that because Liverpool was so good last year, that's why the gap was so big. But if you actually look at second, third, and fourth, and fifth, it wasn't that big of a gap. So this is what I'm hoping that these little teams like Brighton, Southampton, Burnley, they will start taking points off the top 6, so it will be closer. Then if I still think that Liverpool can do it, but I feel like we'll scrape it.
My thing about it is, I think someone already mentioned is that this could be a very different league. I don't think anybody is getting 95 points or above this season. I don't think so, because I think that City's level has dropped. I think even if Van Dijk and thing were on, I still don't think Liverpool would have gotten more than 95 points. I think the winner is going to get maximum 87 or 88, 89 points, I believe, this season. So I think with that, what is it now? What you might find? Because I said that City and Liverpool will just sort of still separate. I think what you'll find is you will genuinely have like a 3-4 horse race for a while. Then come April, it will become a 2. I think come April, it'll be like a 3 horse race, but the 3 won't be that far ahead from 4th, 5th, or 6th. So it will look more like how it was back in the Fergie days, Wenger days, and so forth, where like it isn't like 20, 30 points between the top 2 and 3rd, 4th, and
I think there might be a dark horse though. HH. I know people are saying what Everton can't do, but let's not disrespect Everton, despite everything that was said. I'm not saying they're going to win the league. I'm not saying they're going to win the league. What I am saying is that like they could come in around top 4. Is top 4 not reasonable for Everton?
No.
Is it not? Okay.
No. For me, like, I don't get overexcited. For me, let's see where they are in December, because I've seen this. I've watched football for a long time. I've seen this many times. I can't remember the season. There was a season where Aston Villa were like top 2 come December. They were like top 2. I think this is David Ellery. They were like top 2. They ended up coming like 6th or 7th. So I've seen the story before.
Ancelotti, that's the only thing. Like in this one, they've got a good coach who's obviously been there and done it before. So that's the only thing.
If Hammers goes down, they're screwed.
But look at the squads that Arsenal have, Chelsea have, Tottenham have, even United have. Is that squads are what really help you get top 4. See, they can get it, just as it is unlikely because of the kind of squads that United, Tottenham, Chelsea, and all these guys have. So, and squad is what makes you succeed in a league format, is the kind of place you can pull from when James goes down, Alan goes down, Andre Gomez goes down, Calvert-Lewin maybe goes down.
Of course. Having like a style of play where football and stuff like that, and being able to like, so even if you don't have that of a squad, if you have a style of play and one that works, and that you have a situation where like a player who hasn't played could come in. That's why Klopp was so successful, in that like a player could be injured and someone comes in, they play in that system and they still work and still go. So, but I take your point.
Okay, let me just hit the super chat and we'll go to our next thing. Wait, easy, my friend. Easy, relax, chill. From your boy Newsco says, how do you reconcile Van Dijk's injury and the new offside rule that mandates play to continue after the flag is raised until active interference?
Oh my days, that is actually true. What the hell? That's actually true. I
The new
just
offside
realized.
rule that mandates play to continue.
Yes, yes, this is true. This is the problem because the referee would have raised the flag, and then obviously Pickford wouldn't have made the challenge for Van Dijk, and then nothing would have happened.
Do you know how much that pisses me off? Because why do you do it?
I didn't think of that.
See, people need to understand this that once we're offside, raise the flag, boom. Do you know how dumb it is where like it's offside, the guy keeps his flag down, they go through the whole motion of scoring a goal, then you raise the flag. I'm like, but why? So what reason is there to not raise your flag?
The reason they change is because they want to check offside decisions because the linesman can still get it wrong. So they'll stop. No, I'm not saying it's right, but what is this like with, for example, today? If you watch the Arsenal City game, for example, which I didn't get, Aubameyang I think was through in goal. Now in this instance, for some stupid reason, they did raise the flag, but had Aubameyang actually continued and he had put the ball in the net, I think Ederson saved it. But if he'd scored that goal, the linesman would have raised his flag afterwards. VAR would have checked it, and VAR would have obviously said that no, it was onside, and the goal would have stood. So the whole reason why they tell the officials not to raise their flags is because they might get it wrong, and they want VAR to check it afterwards. So, however, if it's a real blatant offside, the linesman should still raise their flag, and that's the problem. In this case, it looked like a blatant offside.
But see, yeah, which is the point I was about to say.
Yeah,
it makes sense if the linesman isn't sure.
Yeah,
if the linesman isn't sure, but if it is a clear offside, raise your effing flag.
I agree.
Raise the flag, stop the game, and let's all go through. But that's a perfect segue. That's a perfect segue for our VAR topic, and let's talk about VAR.
Oh boy.
Pubic hair, guys. Do you know how small a pubic hair is?
Yeah,
it's about. It's
depends who you're talking about.
Offside's offside.
Now, let's take a trip down memory lane. What was the whole point of offside? The whole point of offside is
unfair advantage.
There we go. We don't want goal hangers. We don't want goal hangers because the beauty of football, what makes football amazing is that it is hard to score. It is difficult to score. So when you get a goal, we really celebrate the celebration based on just how difficult it is to get a goal. That's why we love the sport of football. So the offside rule is to make it difficult for you to really get goal scoring chances. And the thing about it is you don't want to give the attacker an unfair advantage. You don't want that. And so for that notion, it's great. How is this a piece of fabric an unfair advantage? You need to explain that to me. Now, this is why it's good that we have this debate so we can have a conversation because we can come up to something. Because I initially said that, because I think this is how it was way back when. If there is space between the attacker and the last defender, so let's say this is the attacker and the last defender. If you can see space between them, call it offside. But I saw Timo Werner being given offside, and I was like, you know what? You just having 3/4 of your body ahead, that can be a bit of an advantage. So my thing is this. You have to be strict. Surely there is technology in place which says if 2/3 of this person's body is ahead of the last defender, it is offside. Guys, we're living in the world of Jeff Bezos, Microsoft, Apple, freaking iPhone 12 and all this kind of stuff. You're saying that there is not technology to be able to determine that if 2/3 of this person's body is ahead of the last defender, it's offside. We cannot live in a world where if an inch of you or a pubic hair is offside, that gives you an unfair advantage. How the hell did Sadio Mane have an unfair advantage for that goal? I think there was one, I think 2 seasons ago where like and it was on Sterling. This was literally a millimeter of his fabric was offside. I was like, guys, what are we doing here? Like, what? Like, that is too minutiae, because people say, "Oh, offside is offside." No. We have to look at the spirit of the game. We have to look at the spirit of the game, and I just think that offside rule needs to be revised. So, let's talk about it. So,
Wait, can I start on this one?
okay, Simon, go for it. Then.
Okay, I'm gonna put this out there. I'm not angry about that goal that was disallowed. As he said, offside is offside. That's what the rule is. If they want to keep it consistent through the whole season, I already made peace with it that Liverpool might be in favour of it, and Liverpool will have some against us. And today it was definitely against us. However, this is my problem with it. If you have to look at it, then zoom in, then put lines to measure up the player's shoulder to the foot, and then put 2 other lines.
Bro, it's like it was like if I was watching a sci-fi movie. It's like watching The Matrix.
It's so bad.
2 other lines. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So I feel like the rules should change into, like, if it's, I don't know the measurements.
So see, here's the thing, Kalman, that's the thing. If the rule changes, you have to bring up a suggestion. What would your suggestion be? Because see, my thing is that the whole thing of like 2/3 of your body, people say people have different bodies. This is what I said. And people may think it's harsh. If there is space between the last defender and the man. So if you can see space, boom, it's offside. But people will say, well, if you're leading, if like, let's say, gosh, what was my thing right now? If, let's say, this is the defender like this now, and he's like here, is that an advantage? Because for me, I think that this is offside. Is this offside? Is this offside? Is that really an advantage for me? This is more of an advantage than like this. So, Samuel, if you're changing the rule, what would you change it to?
Personally, for me, I would say that if it's, again, I don't really know the measurements. I wasn't really good at maths. But if it's just like, I don't know, 10 centimeters away from the defender or something, 5 centimeters, as you said, a little bit of space where you can see, okay, there's an advantage. Then let's change it to that. Because if you see what Sadio Mane was, nobody in this chat or in the world can tell me that Sadio Mane gained an advantage on the defenders that were alongside him. That's impossible.
He didn't.
That's absolutely impossible. And what is the offside rule about? The offside rule is about cutting out players who are in an unfair position to gain an advantage on defenders.
Yeah. It's an unfair advantage. That's the whole point.
And Mane didn't have an unfair advantage, as I'm concerned, and there's a lot of people I'm concerned. Again, as I said, I'm not mad about it because as I made peace with it. It said if they're gonna call it offside, be consistent with everyone in the Premier League.
No,
but this has to be revised.
But it's so funny you said that because when they showed it, normally, whenever they show the stuff in VAR, you can like, I can see it. I didn't even see it being offside.
Exactly.
I was like,
it looked level.
It still looks
before
level.
The lines look level. Before the lines.
So wait, is it offside? Because this looks level to me from the vision that they saw, which shows you how wild it is. Okay,
exactly. And the fact that you have to zoom in and put in 3 lines to measure up. No, come on. Now you're taking the mic. You're taking the mic.
No. All right, Daniel.
HH, man. I am so tired of this, man. Like every single time I watch a football game, it seems like there's some controversial thing to do with VAR. It's crazy. Like I've been thinking about a Super League for so long, and I've just been thinking about the idea of it, whether I agree with it or not. But we've gone to a point now where I just want there to be a Super League so that we don't have to deal with the FA official. Like I just want to get rid of them. I just want to move on from them. I'm looking at all the other competitions from UEFA to Bundesliga to all the other ones. and it just seems like every game in the Premier League has something to do with VAR. It's crazy. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the officials. I don't know if it's the rule book. I don't know what it is, but I'm confused and I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired. So yeah.
So if you were to, what would your offside rule be? What would your offside ruling be?
Look, and as you said, there's got to be a better way to determine if someone's offside than the lines. You know what I mean? Like just drawing some lines. I don't get that. You know, there's got to be some better way to do with technology or something.
Offside is offside. That's it.
Yeah, offside. I agree. I agree with that. But
No.
I also agree with what HH was saying. With we have to think about what the point of offside actually is.
What's the point?
Whether it gives us an advantage or not, right?
There we go.
But in the context of Liverpool, Mane was coming from an offside position, so he was already at an advantage.
What? He was standing still when he came in.
Was he coming from an offside position?
No. He was given offside because when Thiago made the once he received the pass.
But I mean, wasn't he coming from an offside
He
position?
was onside. I think he was onside.
But that doesn't matter. It matters until Thiago missed the pass.
But were you talking about advantage though? So if it's coming from an offside position, and
they would have called it offside. Then they would have called it offside for that.
Guys, the reason it's so confusing is because I'm looking at it and the frame they used for the Mane one, you can see that the ball had already left Thiago's foot. Like if you go back and look at it, it's like a little bit away from his foot already. So that's the first thing that confuses me. The second thing that I don't get is why don't they use Mane's like shoulder or like armpit, I guess, to say that he was offside from that point, right? Is it the shirt? Like is it the shirt fabric or something that?
I thought it was the back of his arm that they called it offside.
Yeah, that's
so it was the arm. So does that mean I can score with my arm now?
Exactly.
It's so confusing that I'm just like.
That's been the case. That's been the case though all the time though. That's the thing. That's always been since they started this new offside thing. That's it's not like that's suddenly a new rule. That's always been the case since last year.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
It's always been the case, but I feel like this Mane one is ridiculous. Like I haven't seen it being that ridiculous.
There were it was some of the smaller teams. There were some quite ridiculous ones, but the people wouldn't talk about it because it's Brighton or it's Newcastle or it's something. So, like, if this is going to change, then you've got to make noise about it when it also affects like teams that are smaller where people aren't interested in, not just Liverpool or City or United or Chelsea. Otherwise,
that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Wait, Red Devil, can you see an advantage? Watch the picture. Where is that?
The only thing I would say in defense here, and this is actually ties to the other stupid rule that we've got in this game, where I feel like it does create a bit of balance, is the handball rule. If you're going to penalize, for example, defenders for just any old handball, even if it's non-intentional, then don't you think that this actually balances out for attackers? I know both rules are bad. I get that. But I do think in terms of balance that it does work, because if you're going to give handballs to every defender, then surely it has to balance it.
Two wrongs don't make a right. Change the rule, man.
They don't.
They don't. Red Devil, we are trying to achieve what works throughout. The handball rule, get rid of that. That is complete utter garbage and crap. And I've been saying from the get-go, change that dumbass handball rule. This ruling here, guys, look at what we're looking at right now.
It's Mane's arm. It's Mane's arm, I think. Yeah, that's his arm. Yeah.
Look at Yeremina's arm.
His elbow, yeah.
So, okay, what part of Mane's body is ahead of Yeremina's arm?
No, look at Sadio's shoulder and look at Yeremina's foot. Yeah. And it's not even.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's be.
Wait, so they compare
arms. There are
to
people probably not looking at this specific image; they're looking at different images as well. So this is an image that's cropped from somewhere. So this is not the image they're going to be looking at. But it was probably his arm that was offside. That's why they gave it to him.
Okay. All right. So So Jamal, talk to me. Does the offside rule need to change?
Yeah. I have to go just now. So I'm just gonna say this thing quick. Yeah. What I have to say is, you know what? It will level itself out. At the end of the season, you get some, and then you don't get some. the reason what I have, the problem what I have is, guys, the handball rule, this rule, who makes these rules? Do these fellas know about football?
Boris
They are
Johnson.
just some
Boris
all their
Johnson.
lives.
guys. I know this might sound harsh, but I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna leave. The guys who are making these rules
Ridiculous.
are nerds and they are 45-year-old virgins. They are virgins and they are nerds. Play football and then see if this is fair. Guys, I'm out.
All right, man.
Great
Peace
catch,
out. Peace out,
man.
man. Peace out. Peace out.
So,
Peace, man.
So, what's also got? Let's bring in Undisputed, man. What are we looking at here, bro?
So I'm confused. Why are they comparing Mane's arm to the furthest part of Jerry Mina's shoe or boot or whatever he can score with? Why don't they compare arm to arm? Because if they compare arm to arm,
I don't think you
Mane's
can
still
compare.
onside.
It's a shoulder. I think it's a shoulder or the back of his shoulder. I think it is.
I mean, that's ridiculous. If I could make the rule, I would make it so the referee gets one view of the picture, and if like no lines or anything, he just gets a view of the picture. And if it's not clear offside, then he calls it on.
So okay. So what would your offside ruling be then? Like what would be the standard if you were going to change it?
If it's not clear and obvious, like this is very, very subjective. If it's not clear and obvious, then give the benefit of the doubt to the attacker.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. You see, I like that. That I like.
The clear novice is subjective, though.
No, it's not. Come on, you can tell. You can just tell by looking at it.
I'm saying it's not, but that's based on who's refereeing, though. This is still a human decision. So what is clear and obvious for one referee?
No. Put it this way. Well, human beings here. If the moment you put freeze frame, you can see it's offside, it's offside. If you have to look and you're not even sure and you have to zoom in, bro, give benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but the thing is, why do you have the pitch side monitor? Like that should also be one of the reasons why the referee, the monitor's there. The referee can go to the monitor who sees in the live game. He should be able to go to the monitor, check it.
There are times. No. This is ridiculous. Where you're dealing. Look, from what I'm seeing, I still can't tell if it's offside.
I think if you show the ref on the monitor this picture, he will just give it onside because there's no point.
That's what should have happened. The referee should have gone to the monitor and made a decision,
take it himself.
And take it himself. That solves the problem.
If the referee sees this, he's giving it onside.
Wait, can I ask a question? When Sterling's goal against Tottenham was ruled offside, when Aguero was offside, didn't the referee go to the monitor and check?
No, it was automatic.
No, he didn't. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And it was clear. That was clear.
Yeah,
like,
it was clear. It was clear.
That was clear. Yeah.
Yeah. If you have to draw lines, then just give the benefit.
Three lines were made. Oh my word.
Okay, wait. So sorry. So Gatlock says, imagine the grain of hair on HG's head is offside. Gatlock, screw you. All right, screw you. Okay, I have hair that's growing. Screw you, bastard. What do we hear? Let's bring in Cassius.
So, firstly, I just want to say with VAR and the whole process, I think a lot of times they want to use all the technology just to say that they used it, just to validate the process. I mean, if you look at this here, I mean, this isn't offside. I don't care about three lines, geometry, parallel lines. It's not offside. No one can look at this and say that this is offside. So for me, they're just trying to. I've seen this. It's not just this game. There are many games where whether it's handball or offside or penalties, they just try and validate the whole commotion of VAR by making decisions that just don't make any sense. In terms of the offside rule specifically, I have two suggestions or two ideas.
Mm-hmm.
The first one would be that I think this should happen. I think you should look at offside when the player that's passing the ball first touches the ball. Instead of when the ball leaves their foot, it should be right when the player makes the decision to pass the ball, right when their foot touches the ball. I think that would be, you can do that. And in addition,
Wait. So okay, so it is. So you said that the offside becomes active once the attacking player receives the ball.
no. So in this case, when when his toe first touches the ball, because instead of when the ball leaves his foot, I think it should be when he first touches the ball, because that gives a slight advantage then to the attacker instead of
Okay.
this, where I mean this
Okay.
is ridiculous. And in addition to that, I think it would be better to, okay, so if we're looking at this image here, instead of using Mane's, you should use whatever is furthest or closest to goal of Mane, and then you should use that same part of the body with the defenders. So instead of using Mina's foot and Mane's shoulder, or Mane's, let's say it was Mane's forehead and Mina's knee, it should just be, so in this case it should be Mina's foot, which is it's closest to goal, and it should be Mane's foot. I think that makes a lot more sense than using Mane's shoulder and Mina's knee.
Okay. What are we doing here? Let's bring in Natsa, man. Natsa, offside rule, man. How would you change the offside rule, or are you happy with how VAR is utilizing it?
Before I come to that, I just want to say two things before. I hope Van Dijk very quick recovery, but at least Liverpool will feel what we felt last year when we had Lampard missing for the whole season. Secondly, I want to say I want to give credit to VAR for being a bit quicker, but these kind of decisions are just way off the mark. There's no way that they should rule this offside, and even if they rule it offside, shouldn't they just look at their feet, forget their arms and armpits and everything. Just look at where their foot is. Like, if it's on the floor and it's onside, who gives a shit about the armpits? Like football was not like this before. Nobody used to look at armpits if they're offside, like 1 inch and you can see like freaking pubic hair, like you say, H. Like, what's the point? Just look at their feet and see if they have advantage. But in that aspect, why do they have to look at those lines where their arm and shoulder is? I just want to understand that part. I don't understand why they have to do that. Why do they have to look at inch perfect stuff all the time? Just make it. Yeah, keep on.
No, so what would your offside rule be then if your foot is offside rather than your body? If any part of your foot is offside,
Yeah, exactly. Because how much of advantage you give to you if your body is offside?
No. You see, that's
just think about it.
Is because you're still moving your body. So even if your body is offside, that means you're still a few meters ahead of the last defender. So that means that you have like a few yards.
But with a naked
quickly, when you look at it, Mina.
With a naked eye, see it though. That's the question.
Wait, hold on, quickly. Mina is look at where Mina's standing, and look at where Mane is standing. Mane is literally standing his back behind goal. Mina is he literally can turn quick enough. So how's that an advantage?
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant when I said feet. Like if they're like half of their body is offside, then you can understand. But he's literally doesn't have advantage any way, any shape of way. Like he has to turn around and then try to make a cross, put a ball into the box. Like,
did you know what the thing is? What has to be done is, you see, this is when technology can help but can also hinder. I think that it is great that we have this. We don't need any more. We don't need to zoom in, look up, view this. Now let's bring the human being in here. This is machines and robots and robotics. This is a human sport, and the beauty about this is that it is our human intuition and subjectivity that views it, and the referee is the referee. You see, my thing is that the linesman should be given like a monitor near them. If it's VAR, you're sent a freeze frame picture. The linesman looks, bro, I'm making a ruling, offside, onside, make it moving. Yeah. All this stuff about go up, go down, 3, 4, 5 lines. Because my thing is that I think that it was probably these guys probably did like 50 times zoom and see that Mane's hair also. The fact that you can't see him offside here just makes it stupid. Okay, what's it called? Hassan.
Bro, they just scrap the rules, man. Scrap the rules, man. I don't know what the FA are playing at, but these rules are crazy, man. I say FIFA should make one ruling for every league, to be honest.
Well, look, man, this is what they have to do, man. All right, I'm Ham.
For the rule, look, I'm not that disappointed with offsides. This offsides, yeah, especially this one for Mane, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, the thing about offsides is supposed to be based on facts. And when I'm looking at this thing, I cannot see the fact that this guy's offside. But besides all of that, I just don't understand why the offside rule is just so confusing because of VAR. Because when you look at this thing here, people are saying that it's between Mane's elbow and Mina's foot, whereas I'm seeing this guy's butt, like his bottom is just sticking out a bit, and he looks completely onside in my opinion when I'm looking at this picture. So I don't know if the other guy's butt doesn't count or what, or something. But the other offside, I saw them making a Van Dijk offside from his arm. So I was like, I don't know. But the thing for me is that the thing for me is like it should only be your 2 feet and your head. Whichever body part from there is the furthest out, then you can make the call. Not your arms, not your shoulders, because like, how can you count someone's shoulder? And surely someone can't be offside from having their stomach out. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Wait, I've got another suggestion. Maybe Hatred has mentioned it already. But like they can like pause this photo for the referee, give him all the lines. He goes to the monitor. He sees if this guy is actually offside, and then make the decision. Even if they know this guy is an inch offside or 2 inches offside, let the referee decide. If he sees with naked eyes,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what Red said. Yeah, that's what
But the problem is that
that would be so.
But it could be 3,000 offsides, and I have to go out to the screen every time. It might waste time. So.
No, when the picture is like this,
yeah,
when you're like a toenail offside.
But
they can tell him.
And whatever it does, it gives the final decision to the referee. So whatever it does, it says it's the final decision to the referee on the field.
Yeah.
Like you're giving the friends, it's going to be. So you might disagree with it, but at least the decision was done by the referee on the field of play who saw the decisions going on. That's how I feel they should go about it.
Okay.
Can I just? I know it's coming off there. But the thing is, for Liverpool, I feel like this has nothing to do about facts. This is all to do about Project Big Picture. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
this was an assassination.
Project Big Picture.
Oh yeah,
This
How did we get there?
No, he might be right. You know, that's actually a good theory.
Project Big Picture. United Liverpool.
Like how does do you know Mortal Kombat?
Yes, of course.
You know what Pickford did to Van Dijk was literally a brutality. And then because the referee doesn't give him a red card, Richarlison does the same thing to Thiago. And like besides a red card, what Richarlison should get is probably like a 7-match ban as well on top of that.
Yeah.
Check Richarlison's passport. He's not Brazilian. He's not Brazilian.
So like this whole thing
what does this have to do with
even
Project Big Picture? What does
It
this
just
have to do
means
with Project Big
it just
Picture?
means
no, it's revenge.
Liverpool.
They didn't win. Project Big Picture didn't go through, so the FA is like, yeah, we just got to get these guys back.
United Liverpool wants to push
They wanted more power, man. They wanted more power.
What are these guys thinking about this big picture thing, man? These guys think they can win one league and suddenly they can run things.
Hey, Church, why are we not talking about Real Madrid and Barcelona losing today?
Yes,
we're gonna get there.
We're
gonna get there. We're gonna get there because I want to sort of tie them in together right now because that is real interesting. Let me just give myself a nice bookmark. There we go. So, because I want to talk about Griezmann, but before we talk Griezmann, let's talk Barcelona or Real Madrid. It's one game. Getafe are pretty good because I believe Getafe were in the Europa League last season. Cadets.
What
the hell are the Cadets?
What's the Cadets?
Cadiz. Okay.
I know it's Cadiz. But it sounds cooler saying cadets. Because cadets sounds funnier. So I've been watching La Liga for a long time, and maybe I'm wrong. So maybe Cassius, our La Liga correspondent, can tell us: have cadets ever been in La Liga before? Cassius,
Yes, yes. They have
like
a famous. They had a famous player in the '80s called Mágico González. You should know him. Maradona said that
so
Mágico González was better than him.
okay, so
He was doing cocaine. He's not.
so you're saying that they've never been, so they're not in La Liga in the 90s or the 2000s or 2010s.
No, they were in the '90s for sure, and I think they were in the '90s.
Okay.
They're not nobodies like a Huesca is like a nobodies. Like a Huesca, and there's another club that I can't think of right now. They were in La Liga. No, Elche have been quite consistent like the last 2 decades, but Huesca are straight up nobodies. Huesca have been in the league 2 seasons, and the other one is Leganés. Leganés 2 seasons, and they're
Leganes,
both
bro.
just
Leganes, bro. Leganes.
no Leganés.
Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna correct you. You might know.
Who asked for the league, man? Come on.
I thought it was Leganes, bro.
My thing is that why do these like it's like if these names just sound worse than like Scunthorpe or like Braunschweig or something, they just sound particularly like brick-like. Like whenever you hear like Huesca, Elche,
entire regions.
Okay, let's be real. Is this cause for alarm for either Real Madrid or Barcelona, these losses, specifically Real Madrid? Because look, let's turn up a Real right now. Bro, how many signings did Real make?
0.
You let Hakimi go. Danny Carvajal, long-term injury. You are reliant on fully Benzema. Vinicius, Hazard is now out. Should we be worried about Real Madrid? And do we now see Sevilla or Atletico having a real chance to win La Liga this season?
No, Real Madrid will win it. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, LB.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Look, obviously both clubs are on the rebuild, and I think if there's any team that's in a worse situation, I would probably say it's Barcelona. Real Madrid not having made any signings, but Barcelona, I reckon they've gotten rid of the wrong player in Suarez. They should have, in my opinion, gotten rid of Griezmann.
We'll get there.
Yeah, but I think Suarez still had sort of a lot to offer with Barcelona, especially with his connection with Lionel Messi and how that had definitely helped the two of them perform on the field. But I'd say with the loss that Barcelona had this morning, they're definitely in a worse situation. Not saying that Real Madrid are in a perfect situation. They're struggling just as much, but I'd say Barcelona are in a worse situation.
Daniel Jones, Ortega?
To be honest, I don't know if any of them are going to win the league this season. I don't know. I'm looking at it.
Atleti? Yeah,
I'm looking at Atleti. I think Atleti have a good chance this year.
It's Atleti. It's Simeone. Come on.
Yeah,
they will flop. Look, these guys, they drew
They'll have like 10 draws. They'll have like 10
They're
draws.
both on the rebuild, man. They're both on the rebuild, and I don't know. I have a feeling maybe this year they can do it.
Wait, didn't Real Madrid win the league last year? How are they in the rebuild?
The thing with Real Madrid is that I don't know if you remember last year, but they were always getting like that 1-0 win, and they don't score that many goals. So
and also Barcelona performed really badly. That was like Barcelona. I think Barcelona gave Real Madrid the league. Yeah, they gave them the league.
Yeah, and I just don't see a team who just keeps winning 1-0, 1-0, winning the league. We need to see a team. I mean, a team that can actually score goals easily is usually the one that wins the league. And I can see Atleti having a good chance, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
Sevilla, do you think there's any chance? See, I would really love for Atletico and Sevilla to really say what's up, which is why these losses could be significant, because I still say, where is Messi's headspace at? We're going to have a Griezmann discussion to round off the whole Hangout thing. But where's Messi's headspace at? Real Madrid, there is too much pressure on Vinicius and Benzema to get their goals.
Yeah. It's Project Janesse, bro. January, he's going to sign that contract. He's going to come next summer.
So you really believe that? So you really believe he's going to sign the contract in January?
He ain't staying at Barcelona. There's no way. If he stays at Barcelona, then he's basically.
Bro, he's gonna sign a new contract, 5-year contract. Oof.
If he does that,
right
now, then this guy has played everyone.
When I listen to the Spanish media and what they say, they're all saying that he's going to stay in Spain. But then when I read the English media, it's all he's leaving this summer.
Because they want him to stay. That's the thing. They want him to
stay.
Staying.
No, for me, he's Messi's staying. Messi's
for
staying.
me, I think he's staying. I think he's actually staying.
But my profile picture isn't lying, bro. He's coming.
Need another 10-2, I guess, in the Champions League for him to leave.
Okay. So look, let's
sorry.
run this.
Excuse
me.
Yeah,
Wait.
I'd just like to have one quick word about Real Madrid.
Go for it.
That right-hand side with, I think it was Nacho and Vasquez. I think that is an A-bar level right-hand side. It is awful.
Vasquez.
Why is Vasquez playing right back?
He was playing right wing, actually.
Vasquez is Zidane's mount.
Oh, I thought you meant defense.
Cassius, let me say this right. No. Cassius, I love you said that. If to choose between those two, I've seen Vasquez do some things. Vasquez is better than Mount. Yeah. Let's be.
I'm not sure about that.
But the guy's almost 30, of course. He's almost 30.
Yeah.
Look, Vasquez is from the road. I get it. But I've seen Vasquez do more things in big games. Big CL games than I've seen from us. Obviously, Mount is a lot younger, so we don't know.
Zidane chose Vasquez over Bale.
But no, you're right. You're right. He's a because look, Vasquez was playing right back. I say, you must love this dude. If you're playing this guy right back, I'm like, nah, man, this is some deep love. No, that's a great comparison. Okay.
Also, Modric should be an MLS. Yeah, he should go to MLS. He's done.
Look, I said Modric is finished, and Madrid fans tried to come for my neck.
Yeah, last hangout.
Look, no disrespect, Modric is a quality player. He's past his peak. The dude is past his peak, and which is why it's made sense for Real Madrid to really go aggressively for Pogba. They need a new dynamic midfielder to replace Modric.
Pogba ain't doing nothing.
Don't hate. Okay, look, let's round off. So this is the last topic here, so we can round off. Griezmann.
Not you, babe.
Nah. Griezmann. Now, let me just come out and just say it, and then you can agree with me, not agree with me. I think it's a failure. I think the move is a failure. It's not about position or roles or so forth. It's done, it's finished. And I just don't see Griezmann succeeding under Ronald Koeman. Now, I saw the miss and so forth that he did. Pretty bad miss, although it wasn't as bad as Sterling's or Torres, which was an open goal. But still, he should have scored that. But this is not going to work. And you guys can review. I don't think this is going to work. I thought this would work because I thought he could work with Messi and so forth, but it has turned out as if it's just not really clicked. And I just think that I underestimated how limited a player Griezmann is. Where if you don't give him and play him in the right exact system, you're not going to get anything from him. Atletico and France, Deschamps and Simeone are very similar in their approach and philosophies. Hence why Griezmann works well for both of them. You put Griezmann in something radically different, he doesn't have the ability to adapt or to change. This isn't going to work, and he's only going to harm his career. So, let me come to Daniel Jones Ortega. Griezmann, do you still think that he can ball, say what's up for Barcelona, or do you think this move is a bust, failure?
All right. I'm not a stat merchant, okay? But I'm going to read you a stat. 4 appearances, 264 minutes played, 1 shot on target, 0 goals, 0 assists. That's bad, man.
One
That's
shot
really
on
bad.
target.
I mean,
How much did he cost? 100
yeah,
and what million?
I don't
Guy was
know, man,
expensive.
but this was the wrong move for Griezmann, and I'll tell you why. From what I've seen of Griezmann, he's the type of player that likes to play on the counter. He's a very impulsive player. Like he thinks on the moment. He doesn't like to have the ball at his feet and play possession-based football. So when I see him play, I just see that Barcelona style of play not suiting him at all. When he was at Atleti, at least he could have those like moments where he could just create something out of nothing. But right now, it's just like they're asking him to do things that aren't suiting him and his style of play. So I just don't see him working at Barcelona at all.
So, if you were advising him, what do you think he does? Try and go back to Atletico, move to Inter Milan?
You know what? Italy's probably a good move for him. I think it's just it's a league that a lot of similar type of players succeed at.
Suits his style. It suits his style.
It suits his style. So and maybe we talked about this before. It is a little bit easier. So maybe he can find a few more goals if he moves to Italy. But at the minute, I don't know. Barcelona is just not really working out, is it? So
Cassius, man, give us since you're the Barca guy. Then do you feel and believe Griezmann? This is a botched move. That this is a failure, or do you think that you want a bit of patience? Because for me, I just don't see it's working because he just doesn't have a role ready made in this team.
Today, Griezmann lost all of his credibility. He goes out after he scored a goal against Croatia. After the game, he said that Deschamps knows how to play me. He knows where to play me, and I get the confidence of my coach and my teammates. He plays today. Koeman moved everybody else in the team so that Griezmann could play in the center, and he did absolutely nothing. It's not only that he missed a one-on-one chance, he was useless. I mean, he was mad that he was the first one substituted, which was correct. He was awful in all of the matches. He was subbed off first. He wasn't the first one subbed off. He only got subbed off in, I want to say, 75th, 80th minute. So he had time. It's not like he didn't have time. He just did nothing. So I'd like to give credit to Diego Cholo Simeone and Didier Deschamps for getting this guy on a Ballon d'Or podium twice. I mean, this guy, I don't understand how. And also, this has to be the worst signing in the history of football, at least for Barcelona, because a player that made a 30-minute documentary before the World Cup saying that he rejected Barcelona. All this telenovela saying that he wasn't going to sign for Barcelona. A year later, you sign him for a higher fee, higher wages, and on top of the 120 million euros, you had to pay a hush money payment to Atletico Madrid because you tampered with his contract when his release clause was 200 million.
Damn.
All this for, I think he scored 14 goals last season, 15 maybe. Awful.
More than Hazard, to be fair. More than Hazard.
No, Hazard was 160. Hazard was 160.
More than the Us.
I mean, bro, when you lay it down like that, all right, Natsa, man, talk to me, Griezmann.
Yeah, Griezmann. The thing is with Griezmann, I've always thought Griezmann wasn't really that good because I never knew why Barcelona paid.
They told me he was world class after he won the World Cup. They said he was France's best player in the World Cup. So,
isn't his position center as a false nine?
Supporting striker.
Yeah, he's false nine, supporting striker. He was supporting whoever was striker at France. But what does he really do except for that? Like, if you're paying 120 million for that, which basically Messi does. Why did they buy him? They're just hampering the whole team just for buying a guy for 100 and something million. And then who are they going to sell him to? Who's going to pay his wages? They probably put him in high wages. How much is his wages, Cassius? Do you know?
I don't want to know because
it's the same as Bale.
So 600k.
Wow.
Now.
There is
Yep.
no way.
Yep.
There is no way. Like, how are they gonna get rid of this guy, bro? There is no. They have messed themselves up very nicely for the future. Bartomeu is ruined that club really.
Can I say one last thing?
Go for it.
The only reason I could see why Griezmann signed for Barcelona, and I don't think it's a coincidence that Miralem Pjanic also has the same thing. Both Pjanic and Griezmann have the same sponsor as Barca. They're both sponsored by Konami and PES. That's the only reason I can think of, because it made no sense on the pitch, and the money didn't make sense either.
Wait.
Wow.
Wasn't Liverpool sponsored by Konami when they bought Coutinho?
I don't think no. I don't think so. No, never.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
Like,
not sure, but I know Griezmann is sponsored by
no,
PES.
no. But look, I buy Pro almost every year. The only team Pro has backed, I think Pro backed Juve at one point, I believe, but Barcelona. I don't think Pro ever backed Liverpool because they always put them on the cover of the game and everything, and they never did it for Liverpool.
No, they did. Yeah, they 100% did. 100%.
They had I think they had the rights to the stadium. I think, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember like Liverpool being sponsored by Konami, and I remember.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, they had rights to the stadium and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they switched to FIFA like recently.
All right. So what's it called? Hassan, Griezmann.
Griezmann, man, I see you just go to PSG, man. Just go to Paris, have some fun, go to some parties, do some cocaine,
Ooh.
It didn't work out at Barca, man. I don't know, it didn't work out. You just go to PSG, man, have fun.
PSG is not a bad move. That is not a bad move because
Nah. PSG are gonna beat it. No. If he goes to PSG, then who the hell are they gonna be able to buy if he goes to PSG? They need more players in different areas. If he goes to PSG, they have messed themselves.
I'm just saying for his career, innit? Just have fun, man. Why not? You're not gonna win anything major. I don't think.
Okay, what's it called? Let's bring in Undisputed.
Yeah, it's completely the wrong team for him. I think he should go to Inter. They should try to trade him with Lautaro.
Or Ericsson. Because Ericsson hasn't really worked.
Yeah, try to trade him with someone.
Trade. In simply trade. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I mean, he's been really bad. He's a really bad $100 million signing, but he's only the third worst. Zard and the Oost are both worse. Coutinho's
Those are still young.
Coutinho's number one.
Coutinho.
Coutinho has a Champions League, man.
No, he doesn't.
No,
he
doesn't.
No. It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
We're by it.
He scored in the 8-2 massacre, though.
Okay. What was it called? Let's go to your boy. I'm Ham. Griezmann. I am Ham.
Hello.
Yes, Griezmann.
Hello?
Talk
Can you
to
hear
me.
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Man, Griezmann, I'm tired of this guy. Like, you know what? Actually, I don't blame Griezmann. I blame Barcelona because they should have gotten the guy from Lyon, Memphis Depay. I think that's really what's missing. Because I feel like
well, they didn't give us Dembele, that's why.
Trying to put the Griezmann as like the striker or false nine thing, it's not working because if you're playing false nine, you need at least two other people who are gonna actually run in behind and score the goal. So for Barcelona, it feels like they actually just missing the people to put the ball in the back of the net. If it's not Messi, it still seems like it's gonna be no one in the team. But yeah, I think for Griezmann, he just needs to take a little bit of time on the bench so that he can just focus on getting better. Because I think if you say Messi and Ronaldo or getting over the hill, I think you have to say Griezmann. He's been over the hill.
So you're saying that he's done as a top tier player? Is that what you're telling me?
He's done out here. I think the Haalands and the Fatis are moving in.
Okay.
He's done.
Toby.
Yeah. I really don't understand like the fall of Griezmann. Because I used to be a fanboy of Griezmann, to be fair. You know, the World Cups at Atletico. In fact, what he did at Sociedad before he moved to Atletico. I was like, he started as a winger. Then he moved to Atletico, still played as a winger. Then this guy Simeone moved him as a striker, and he was doing his thing, not just scoring. His gameplay was decent.
But was that all down to Simeone and the system, though?
Fair, but then at Barcelona, it doesn't look like. I think it's one of their worst signings. To be fair, I think someone said that earlier. It's actually looking at the money he came for, and all the drama attached to it. He is one of their worst signings, so he can as well just go to China or somewhere, And who is going to take him? If he goes to PSG, he's not going to start. Will he sit down on the bench? No. So,
what about But what about if they do a swap, him for Lautaro in Inter Milan?
If Inter Milan engage in that would be robbery.
Exactly.
That would be robbery.
Never engage in that, bro.
Well, so you're saying that you don't see a partnership forming between Griezmann and Lukaku that could be fruitful? Because Inter's system is more tailor-made, catered for someone like a Griezmann.
I don't think Conte will be there for long, to be honest.
Yeah, but apart from that, Conte likes hard-working players. And looking at what Griezmann has done in the last 2 years, he has not shown any of that.
Griezmann works hard. Griezmann works very hard.
Yeah, that's the only thing he does. He's good defensively.
We just said someone's a good defensively when they're offensive player. Oh my god, that's bad.
Basically, Mason Mount.
Firmino, basically Firmino.
Mount's legend, man. Come on.
I just
wait. Hey, don't you think it's funny? Like all the big teams in every league, Liverpool, City, all the Juventus, all the big teams haven't had that great of a start. Like everybody's struggling. This COVID thing is
it might be COVID. We could have a very, very interesting season, man. Okay, so look, let me bring in Red Devil, man. Griezmann, talk to me.
I mean, it's getting to the point where is it reasonable to say that 39-year-old Zlatan could do a better job at Barcelona than Anton Griezmann?
Yes.
Is that? I think that's a reasonable thing to say,
yes,
that Zlatan Ibrahimovic could come into this Barcelona side and probably do more than Anton Griezmann's doing right now. I did think that possibly with Koeman that it might be a bit different. Bringing a different style. Again, it's still how many games a season, so maybe we shouldn't be reactionary. I don't know. What do you do with Griezmann? Would he play better if Messi goes? If the team purely relies on him going forward. I mean,
what I did say though was if Messi had left, I think he would have. The worst thing that happened to Griezmann was Messi staying. I think Messi leaving, Griezmann would be forced to be in the middle for a multitude of games. And now it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that
no, it's not.
But he would stand a better chance if he was played in the middle rather than wing, middle.
I mean, from what I've seen, the best I've seen of Griezmann is when he's played in that support striker role, as opposed to an outright number 9 or winger, etc. That's the best that I've seen of Griezmann, and that is just, as we've already said, that's not how Barcelona play. Possibly if they, they still had maybe a Suarez or something like that and played in that position, then they might have. Suarez obviously gone. They haven't really. Does Barcelona even have an actual number 9 now? Who's Barcelona's number 9?
Braithwaite.
Okay, hashtag Braithwaite. Okay, goat weights. So fair enough. Okay, so but we were joking about it, but why not try it against a cadets team when you play against them at some point? So play Braithwaite and then play Griezmann, see if it works. Try it against the teams that you expect Barcelona to beat, and if it does work. And if playing Braithwaite as he is, it actually benefits the team and it benefits Griezmann, because I still think that Messi's going to leave at the end of the season. I don't think Messi's going to stay, because I expect another Barcelona pasting in the Champions League, because, why would you not? So if Koeman can actually try that system with Griezmann as a supporting striker, possibly Braithwaite, if they could get a number 9, maybe that can get the best out of him. If it can't, then I honestly don't know where Griezmann can go, because you guys are talking about PSG, but PSG aren't going to spend 100+ million to get Griezmann over. I don't think any of the Serie A teams really have the funds to actually get Griezmann unless, like I said, you get a swap. But Conte doesn't sound like the type of guy who wants to trade Lautaro Martinez. Is there any Premier League team that Griezmann would go into at this moment in time?
Tottenham,
Sheffield
United. Would he get into a Spurs team with if they especially sign Bale permanently and with the way Mourinho plays?
Probably not. If everyone is fit, I don't know how Griezmann.
Not on the front
Who's the
three.
10?
It's not the front three with.
Maybe number 10.
Who's the number 10? Is it Lo Celso?
I don't think they play a 10. They don't play.
They don't play a 10.
Is Lo Celso the most advanced midfielder then?
Yeah, he's the most advanced one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my point is I don't know where he would go. Is my point. Like we're talking about all these teams, but realistically, like you either have teams that wouldn't spend 100 to 120 million on Griezmann anyway, because that's what Barcelona was selling for, or he just wouldn't fit into the system that other teams play. So effectively, he's stuck at Barcelona, and because he's stuck at Barcelona, Koeman has to find a way to fit him in, whether that's Braithwaite in or not. Who knows? I don't know.
Okay, so let's take some questions. So, Gatlock, thank you, dear sire. Off topic, should Muller be recalled to Germany? Yeah. I mean, why not?
He won't be though. He won't be.
But why not though? Like,
because Germany are trying to
Joachim Low, man, they're breaking it.
But they're using, they're using youngsters right now. They want to make it more youthful, get the chemistry going. They don't want to bring back these guys that have bricked out the 2018 World Cup. They don't want to bring them back.
Okay. Then let me ask you this then: if Germany, in their current states, do you put them as one of the favorites for the Euros, or do you think they can win the Euros with the team that they have?
No,
100%. They can win.
Not with the manager. Not with the manager.
No, they're one of the favorites.
Favorite?
No.
Yeah, but they have one of the best youngsters coming
by
up.
By name is Germany, but the manager, the teams are a bit all.
I know he's been a brick the last few years, but he's won a World Cup with Germany. Let's not forget that. I know you guys like to criticize him, but he's won a World Cup.
And he also assists his balls.
And he sacrificed Brazil 7-1 in a semi-final.
What did he do in 2018? Where did Germany come in 2018? In the group?
Okay, it's very hard to win two World Cups back to back.
I asked the question. Where did they come?
Give him a bit.
Bottom, last.
Okay, they
fourth.
came bottom. Yeah.
Thank you. So my thing is that 2014 was 6 years ago. So yes, it's great we did it.
When was the last time Mourinho won a Champions League?
Where did Mourinho come to this?
It's ages ago. You keep talking about how good.
No, but
2010.
My thing though is that the fact Germany have some amazing coaches, and they always produce amazing coaches and managers, and they have a new exciting team. Jogi Löw has been the manager of these guys since 2008. Well, no, since 06, because he took over after the World Cup in 06. So since like the fall of 06, he's been the manager of Germany. That is far too long. And Germany do not stand a chance of doing anything at the Euros if you still have Jogi Löw in there. And my thing is that, you may have the players and so forth, but if you don't have the right direction and the manager, specifically a manager with fresh ideas, you ain't doing nothing, man.
Hey, let me prepare the bed for you.
Whoa, turn the mic off right now.
Okay, whoa. Okay, who is preparing whose bed? What? Okay, look, that was, I think we got revealed a bit too much. Now, look, let's end on this. Mason Mount. How do all of you guys rate Mason Mount? Just generally, like general rating of Mason Mount. Because I want to know that I'm being a hater. So Daniel Jones will take that. I don't care.
All right.
Daniel Jones,
So,
how do you rate Mason Mount?
the way I see Mason Mount is that he's a good, very good squad player, right? I don't think he should be in your starting 11, but to have him on the bench, be able to come on, provide something for the game, I think he can do that, for Chelsea. But obviously, like people were saying before, if you want to have him starting every game, then probably the best team for him to do that is a mid-table Premier League team. I don't think he should be starting every game for Chelsea, but if he's okay just staying on the bench, then he can do that. and I think he's good for that.
So you don't think he's good enough to be a starter?
Not for Chelsea. Not for Chelsea. But for a mid-table Premier League team, I can see him being a starter for them. But not for Chelsea, no.
I'm Ham Mount. How would you rate Mount?
I think Mount. I feel like a lot of people hate Mount just because Frank Lampard likes him, and I'm probably one of those people. But I think at some point you just have to say like, the guy has got talent, and we just need to see what he can do with it. Like, I don't think he deserves a chance at this right moment, but sooner or later, I mean, I'm sure something good's going to come out of it. So, yeah, I mean, Mount is a good wonder kid. I mean,
what?
I don't think
Who's
Foden. I don't think Foden.
A wonder kid.
Wonder kid. What
Did
the
you just say
hell?
wonder kid?
Yeah. How old is Mount?
I'm not checking what Mount's age is. Did you just say Mason Mount is a wonder kid?
Well, he's playing for Chelsea, so.
No, I don't care who he plays for. Did you just say Mason Mount is a wonder kid?
Yeah,
Generational talent.
Yeah. For England, he's a generational talent.
Well, that's why England are not gonna go anywhere, man. Okay, Hassan, Mount, talk to me, man.
The next Frank Lampard, man. What can I say, man? The next Frank Lampard, man. Generational, man. Lampard, keep it up, man. Keep playing him. Give me the next to you. You never know. Win the Champions League with man up top. Attacking. So yeah,
All
man. Guy, generational, man. Generational.
All right, Toby.
It looks decent, to be fair. To be fair, it looks decent. But I want to see him this season. Let's see what he's going to do this season if he gets to play.
So you have belief that could be. Okay, what do you think his ceiling is? I think his ceiling is Henderson. What do you think his ceiling is?
Respect Henderson. Respect Henderson.
That's way too high. Come on. That's way too high. Henderson. Please respect Henderson.
Okay, Toby. Okay, what's his Mason Mount season? Toby, what's his Mason Mount season? No, what is his ceiling? What is his ceiling?
Let me see. Maybe like a Cleverly, you know.
You disrespected, man. Cleverly.
So he's gonna look. We know these English players.
What did Alex Ferguson say about
great.
Cleverly? Oh no.
Huh?
What did Alex Ferguson say about Cleverly? He said like he's going to be one of the best midfielders in the future. I don't know, something like that.
Ferguson can be wrong. He's not God. He can be very wrong.
Phil Jones is going to be the next goal.
Look, he's going to leave Chelsea.
He said Phil Jones is going to be the next Vieira.
Oh no, he's a joke, man.
Ferguson gets tired too. It's human. So
Okay. So look. Okay, so you say his ceiling is Tom Cleverly. That's where his ceiling is.
Yeah.
Okay. Undisputed, Mount. What do you think Mount's ceiling is?
Like, if you take Mason Mount and you put him in a tanning bed for maybe 30 minutes, you end up with Jesse Lingard. That's true.
Oh my god!
Wow. Don't disrespect Lingard like that. Come on.
He is the white Lingard. He is the white.
Is this like so? This is like a Mason Mount's roasting session, pretty much.
I mean, yeah.
I call it generational, not roasted. Generational.
Can anyone explain to me why, like for England, like Grealish cannot start ahead of Mason Mount?
Southgate is a brick. He's a brick. Southgate's a brick. Yeah,
No. You see.
Come on.
This thing about England. See, England are very stubborn because England have a knack of like they would rather lose their way than win another way. It is so obvious that Grealish is a far better player than Mason Mount, far better in terms of a football brain, what he can do, his ability, and so forth. But people just buy into a hype, and they buy into this nonsensical belief that Mason Mount is this great talent when he's alright, he's decent, he's okay. He's just okay.
He has some decent qualities, like he can run, he has 2 legs. Zidane had 2 legs. Yeah.
He can score some goals here and they're like, but they do Because see, England has to be careful. England, if you're building your team around a Mason Mount, you're not sniffing a Euro semis. You're not sniffing a Euro semis. If
Hey,
Mason Mount
this
is
is
your number
peak.
10, who Mason
This
Mount?
is Mason Mount's peak.
No. Let me be fair. No. See, I said it. Look, you people say I'm just. I feel Mount's ceiling, his potential is Henderson. That is as far as he can go.
Respect Henderson. Okay.
I think his ceiling is Madison, man. I think his ceiling is Madison from Leicester.
Madison? Nah, come on, man.
No.
Yep.
Okay, look, guys. Let me round up now because I actually have to get up early tomorrow. So, guys, look. Tuesday.
Can I ask one question? One question,
God.
please.
What do you want?
Who
What do you
would you rather, Henderson or not Henderson, Kepa or Adrian?
Who what?
Who would you rather in your team, Kepa or Adrian?
Obviously, Adrian. Let's be honest.
Adrian.
Kepa. You know, Adrian. Adrian.
At least you can save a shot. Kepa, you just
Kepa
shoot
doesn't
aside.
know how to dive. Kepa, we see when you take a shot, Kepa dives 1,000
Adrian
years
can't
later.
even catch.
Let me remind you. You bought this guy for 70 million on a 7-year contract.
No, he didn't. That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
75
Fake
million
news.
7-year
75
contract.
million.
That's
Jeez.
fake news.
Wow.
Fake news. That never happened. That never happened.
Wow.
You just seen like a YouTube compilation of all these guys
No,
on Spanish.
that never
Can pass
happened.
from the back. Let's pay 75 million.
Guys, look. I'm out. Let's stay real. Chelsea, Sevilla. If Mason Mount starts
He
on
will start.
Tuesday against
Mount's the future.
Let me
Mount's
land.
the
Can I
future.
land?
CEO.
Let me land. If Mason, because see, Champions League is my home. That's where that's my house. If I see Mason Mount in the starting lineup, I think we're gonna have problems. We're gonna have some serious issues. Guys, peace out. Stay true. Stay real. And I'll see you guys on the other one. Peace out, guys. Peace out.
Henderson and Ronaldo. I love Henderson.
I am Hammer. Shut up, fam.
Thanks for watching this vid. And remember to head to the official website for the latest on my blog, rankings, breaks, and the Hall of Fame on halffootballhot.com.